Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, war. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking brewskis is coming in live. Crack when open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith.
Hey guys, happy Friday! This is Big Talkin' Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. I've got Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. It's Big Talkin' Brewskis time.
And I've got Kevin Goatee with me.
That is by far the most professional theme song I've ever heard on a podcast that I've done in my quasi-professional existence.
Well, thank you.
It sounded very video, like 1988-ish Mega Man video game era.
Yeah, I mean, I like the song. I hired a guy to make it, and I thought it was cool. I kind of told him a bunch of different songs that I liked, and I was just like, I want it to feel like this. And then I told him about the show, and then he's like, okay. And so then he made up a rap about the show.
Right.
So, yeah.
Very well done.
Well, thank you.
A lot better than my 13 seconds of Caddyshack quotes I put in before our podcast.
So, Rodney, how was your week?
My week was good. I just, was working, and then we had that faux blizzard. At least it was faux here in the city, because I feel like
I got 8 inches.
yeah, but you're.
How about the snow though?
Hey-o. But,
he was only
my job is
4.
make the engineer piss his pants today. That's all my goals are. Drink sticky beer, make the engineer piss his pants.
That's we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Men don't know inches. Come on.
Yeah, they don't, clearly. So, I had a couple of, not so good hookups this week. I'm not liking my neighborhood very much. I just moved up to Washington Heights. I had this one guy. I go over his house 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you're gay?
Oh, yeah, so gay. Very gay. And so I get there, and he's like, so, let me see your dick. It's I take my dick out, and I'm, not completely hard yet. And he was like, that's not 8 inches. I can only do 8 inches or more. You got to go.
This is why being gay has advantages over being straight. Because if I were, let's say Melissa and I were going out on a date, I could not just whip out your dick and it'd be like, oh, okay. That's very rare that would happen, correct?
Oh.
Yeah, I would never do that.
There you go. See,
also
those
not
gay dudes
rude.
like that, right? Well, if you were to ask nicely. No, gay guys, it's yeah, show me your dick. Let's go. What do you got there? Oh, that's cool. Let's fucking whip. All right, let's fuck. Guys, heterosexuals, guys just can't do that with women and vice versa. It's just very, very, very rare unless you're in Las Vegas, and that shit happens all the time. All right.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kevin, how was your week?
I was a little pissed at the snow. I usually love snow days. I'm a field rep as my day job because, let's face it, comedy, we make less than those people who yell out, "Showtime!" on the subways.
Yeah.
So I thoroughly enjoy a snow day. However, the snow day fucked up. I had to shoot for a show I'm working on. Everything finally came together. That was the day we had, and it fucking got snowed out because of the fucking snow. I was so goddamn pissed.
Yeah.
So that's what that. Other than that, it was just it was peachy keen. Nothing really special. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So now, how is watching comics going?
It's going. Actually, you know what? I take that back. We did have a good week because we shot the panel for season 7 on this past Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yes. On it, it's the All-Star panel, which is where people who voted, which of course is part of the show. The backlog of the show is that people at home are going to pick their favorite panelists that they want to see return. And for the favorite panelists we have for season 7, the all-star panelists are, of course, the master panelist Jeffrey Green, who's in every episode,
Right.
Gino Bisconti, Richie Redding, and Sean Lynch. So
cool.
those are the panelists that we have, and that'll be out hopefully in the summer. Season 6 should be on Amazon next week or so.
Nice,
A lot
nice.
of shit going on in season 8 panel. I don't know when that's going to be. So I have to set all that shit up. So it's going pretty well.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And that's available on Amazon?
Yeah, and I'm on Amazon Video. Seasons 1 through 5 right now on Amazon Video.
Cool.
Nice.
So
Thank you.
now, did you have any like shockers in season 7? I mean, you've been doing it for a while. Was there like
Right.
anything that was like particularly surprising to you that you're like, oh shit, like I never saw this before?
There was a character. I don't want to spoil it, but there was a character. A woman who did a character, and she looks one way and she throws a fucking splitter in the dirt, for a nice baseball term. No, it's on a gay sex metaphor. Hold on a second.
Right.
It's
Oh.
no, she throws a complete curveball. She comes out of very. I said she's very, very like super duper white, and that's coming from a 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyed, Aryan looking boy right now. She's super white, and I made the joke after she did her set. She looks like a senator who just voted down giving funding to black education. Like, that's what she looked like. And so she goes on stage. She talks about her pussy for 5 minutes, but she's again very white, very conservative looking. And then she goes on, and there's a whole thing about her pussy for 5 minutes.
And then it's a pussy riot.
Bingo. She's not Russian, though. I like where you're going with that. But other than that, were there any surprises? No. The person who won, I had picked that person was going to win, and that person did win. So I shall say season 8, we'll find out what the panel thinks of that batch. But season 7, I knew who the winner was going to be, and I was right.
Oh, nice. Like, what have you found has been like the common denominator for the winners? Like, what is it that that you've seen in the past that
Sure.
it's like, something, they've got this, they've got that, they're at least going to be in the top 3.
Originality is obviously huge. Getting to the chase fast. A lot of comics come on here, and they take their sweet ass time to get the punchlines. And here's a fun fact: if you watch the show, we only watch maybe about 2 minutes max, unless they're either that bad or that great, where we want to watch a whole set. And people who take forever you should be front loading your set with your best shit early. Otherwise, we're like, all right, we're done. We're good. We don't need any more. Good. A lot of people took too long to cut to the chase, and by that point, we're fucking like, we're done. That's it.
Right.
So that's something that's like, I'm very surprised people haven't picked up on that fact yet.
Okay.
Even though we flat out tell you, like, you need to get to the chase and fast. Otherwise, it's curtains.
Right. So now, how many comics do you normally have participate?
It's 50 per taping, but 25 per season. So whenever we do a taping, like we did a few weeks ago, it's like 50 comics, and then
Right.
25 on
Make
for
it-
one panel, and then 25 for the other.
Right. Cool.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. So, do you have like any other projects that you're starting with?
Yeah, the one I talked about that got canceled, it's called Comics Watching Football, where you guessed it, we all kick back and we watch an NFL game in progress. And I actually, the production company I'm working with on this is great, because one of the guys is his very best friend is head of like the Channel 2 pregame show, and he's produced Super Bowls, and he's going to be able to march us to the NFL, to ESPN, to ABC, all these other channels who do football. And if they like it, like, we don't have to go through the whole pitching process. It's like we're walking right into these head bigwigs' office. So cross your fingers that they like it. So
Yeah.
far, the one guy likes it. So we'll see if that's it. And that's going to be, hopefully, that could get me out of corporate America, which is what I'm fucking dying to do.
Yes.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
And also, I've got a game show concept. That's way far up. But another show I did, it's on Twitch. It's called License to Kill, No Odd Job, where 4 comics, can you see a theme here? 4 comics, and including myself, sit back and we play GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. While
Okay.
we drink, we talk shit to each other, we bust balls, and if people, if a winner wins like 3 in a row, they get to invoke a rule and make somebody like eat horrible things or drink horrible shit. And that's on Twitch TV. But basically, it's comics watching comics, and then hopefully comics watching football that are going to be the real 2 things that are get me out of corporate America. Please get me out of here. It's the worst.
I hear you.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely. So now, what have you found to be the most challenging part of like putting your shows together?
The most challenging, good question. The most challenging thing I have found is that getting it and just all the shows you see about Hollywood and all the movies you see, it's very true. Like the whole pitching, got to find the right person. And when you do get to those people and you are able to pitch to them, they're like, well, we need a name here, or we need a we need to have a black transgender Martian or something. You got that. They're very checking the box, and you have to
Right.
do. There are just so many different things now. I'm learning on the fly, which is this is my first time. Thank God I've had a lot of help along the process, so I haven't fallen in as many pit holes or pitfalls. No,
Pitfalls.
I haven't had as many pitfalls. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Or tiger traps, whatever metaphor you want to use. I've avoided most of those traps. But it's still just so fucking hard to do that and then to get these people and to get them hooked. And then it's, without saying who, it's like when you get to these people and they say no, which obviously is going to happen way more than a yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you want to be like, but you put on this piece of shit, X, Y, Z, this show, that show, and this show are just fucking awful. You greenlit those, but my show is, I mean, obviously I'm biased, is good. It's definitely better than these pieces of shit that you've greenlit. So that's very hard to
Right.
swallow that pill.
Yeah. Well, you know, it also is like a timing thing. Like you have to have what they want at that time. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we kind of have something, a little bit. No, you don't. No, I know you don't. But then what are you going to do? But there are obviously other doors to go knock on. And also, getting representation. I had to let go of my other manager and now to find a new one. They want you to do this and that. Oh, can you audition for this? It's audition for us in this way. Do voiceover reads for that. It's just, it really is the hardest thing I've ever done, but also it's very exhilarating. Like, holy shit, like where am I going to be next? Like, how many years have you been doing comedy now, Marissa? We've been doing it pretty much in the same time, right?
Yeah, like a long time.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm 8 now. How many years are you in?
Oh wow.
Like yeah, I'm probably like 10, but I
Right.
took like some time off, and then in the beginning I was only doing it like maybe 3-4 times a year. So like I don't.
Okay.
you know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
no, yeah.
Like,
Like
yeah,
I'm not
it's-
counting that. Yeah, so
yeah.
we like I said, same boat pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's just like if you would have asked you or me, like when we first started, hey, what do you think you're gonna be doing besides comedy? Like fucking nothing, man. We're all in on this shit. Look at
Right.
you. You've got a podcast. You do
Right.
other things.
Yeah.
I have all this other shit that just like I never would have guessed that I would have started doing or even fallen into, like voiceover. I found just fell into.
Right.
It's just
Okay.
it's just weird all these journeys that you take when
How did you fall into voiceover?
I had a lot of comics go, you ever think about doing voiceover? I said, nope, never thought about it. And then one day, Tomas Delgado and I did a show together, and we're waiting for the F train down at the Essex Street Station. I'll never forget this because it took fucking forever. And he's like, hey, you should try voiceover. All right, you're like the 5th person in like the last, 6 months to a year who's told me I should do this. He's like, okay, you should go see my guy. Well, why should I see your guy? Well, this guy, my guy, he has his own setup in Flatbush. He's this gay guy who is super opinionated, and he will cut the bullshit. He will tell you if you have the goods or if you suck and not to waste his time. I said, excellent. He goes, he will not take your money if he thinks you suck. I said, I'm all in. Nothing better than the opinionated guys like, nope, you're great, or oh, you're awful. Get the fuck out. So I went to this guy's house, and he goes, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a few reads, try it out. I'll coach you. And after, a few reads, he's like, yeah, you're definitely coachable, and yeah, you've got the goods, so let's do this. So then we did a few lessons. Then I recorded a reel. Then people started helping me out, like, hey, you should do this website, join Voice 123. And then I had a few other comics who got me into doing freelancing work for agencies, and boom, that's the rest is history.
So like, do you like doing voiceover more than stand up or no?
Well, actually, yes, because it pays way fucking better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Like, have you ever had to like do voiceover for something that you're just like, what the fuck? I don't even want to say this.
Let me tell you right now how funny that is that you asked me that. So I did a commercial for Trident. It's on YouTube. It has like 18 million views. They call me back and they go, we loved you the first time. We want you to do another thing. I said, for what you're paying me? Shit, yeah. Here's the funny part. All I had to do was change one word. And it was one studio session plus usage. I was like, oh my God, this is great. The very next day, I recorded at home a commercial for what is called, and you should look this up right now while I tell you this story. It's called
I'm on airplane mode.
Oh, fuck. It's called the Sinky. The Sinky is a piece of plastic that us boys insert our dicks into to wash our genitals.
Wait, what?
Yes, the Sinky. Take it off airplane mode. This shit's worth it. It is, and the guy had a whole video. It's like you can store the Sinky at home or at work. And the guy in the video, the scene in the video, a guy opens up his desk drawer at work and he fucking puts it in his drawer at work. Another guy's like a janitor. He puts it at the top of his locker at fucking work.
Wait. How big is this thing? Like it's like.
All right,
for you to
calm
wash
down. They
your
don't show any
dick?
dicks in this fucking video. All right. I know where you're going with this, Rodney. I
That's how
understand
my
you're
head was,
excited.
like moving. Wait a minute.
It's just like, so So is it like a slinky?
No, it's just this sinky.
No,
It's
but, like-
if I had to guess, it's probably like two hands together.
Okay.
Maybe about 6 inches high, and there's like a hole to stick your dick in. You pour soap and water in there, and you
And then
move
you
it-
just fuck
right,
this sinky.
pretty much. And I'm like,
wait,
whatever. You put
it's
your
for
dick.
It's for you to wash your dick.
You put your dick in there, and it's like the soap and water in there. It's like you're resting your junk in there. I'm doing a commercial
Oh,
for them.
it's
already
like
did it.
kind of like if you were getting like a mani, like
Yes,
and then you put your
yes.
fingers in the dish,
Yes.
like the little bowl thingy.
Yes.
But that's for your
Right.
dick.
Right.
But
So I go
aren't-
from the highest of the highs with Trident one day to the fucking sinky the next
Isn't
day.
that what like real sinks are for? Like,
Or a washcloth, you
Or
know.
a washcloth.
That's what
Or
I
a
would
shower.
do
Or a
before.
shower.
Before it's like, hey, let's give you a BJ, but can you take care of yourself? Not a problem. You got a washcloth or even paper towel if there isn't a washcloth available.
yeah, like you just go to the sink and wash your dick. I feel like it's
Exactly.
like not that difficult.
But they have a whole thing, and I was like, and so the
that you gotta
guy.
carry around with you. So like, okay.
Did
I
you have
mean-
to like try it out so that you could like feel the part?
No, the guy. the guy goes, "What's your quote?" And I told him, and I made it steep. Of course, I'm like, this is, whatever. God forbid if I ever got famous. And it's like, well, then they do some deep Googling on me, like, oh, wait a minute, he did a voiceover for the Sinky. So actually, I called the voiceover guy, I go, what do you think? He's like, normally, I would probably tell you no, but it kind of fits your MO, so go right ahead. I'm like, okay.
All right.
So fine, fuck it. So I did it, and it's funny, the first guy, they asked, apparently my price was too high. The first guy, they go, he's having some moral conflicts with this product, so you're up. I'm like, all right, you're paying my price, let's go. Fuck it.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
you're getting paid to just talk.
I'm
Like, it's
talking
like,
about it. I'm not
You're
fucking,
talking about it. It's not like you're using it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
not demonstrating
right,
washing my
demonst-
dick.
You know,
Was there anything that you've ever turned down
Nope.
because you're like,
Nope.
nope,
Nope.
nope.
Nope, got these bills to pay. I gotta finance comics, watching comics. God damn it.
Like I know that like I've kind of like turned down auditions for stuff that I didn't want because I was just like, if I get this thing, I don't want it, and I don't want to get it and then turn it down once I get it. It's like
Like what? What did you turn down now?
It was an HIV medication. And
It's too close for home for you.
I'm single.
Just kidding.
It's
Well,
just
no,
like
wait, she's single
I'm
though.
single. Like if I was married or like I had like a long-term relationship, I'd be like, all right, like he knows I don't have HIV AIDS, but like I'm single. I'm going to be like on some fucking Bumble date and like a bus passes by with my face and it's just like, wait, you have, like, you
That
know.
got me a SAG card, stupid. Let's go out and have some more fucking drinks. No, I don't have AIDS. And
Like-
besides, I'm on the new drug from, was it? I don't know, Keytrue. That's a cancer drug. Whatever the new AIDS drug is. Whatever it is. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so like I like that, you know. I was just like, my luck is that I'm going to get this and I don't want to get it. And it's like
AIDS or the gig?
The gig.
either. Like,
Right, right.
Magic Johnson's still alive. Fuck AZT. I mean, come on.
yeah, but like he was also an athlete. Like
That has nothing to do with it. It has all about being with the AZT. That's a drug that he took.
yeah, but there's plenty of people that take AZT that are not anywhere near as great a shape as he is.
Have you seen Magic Johnson recently? He looks like he got stung by 10,000 bees.
I mean,
all right?
well, now it's like kind of harder for you to even like it's just HIV, not like it's kind of
Not
harder for you to get
full-blown
like,
AIDS,
Like
yeah.
AIDS, like it's like way less. as
No one
opposed to,
dies
like,
of AIDS anymore
Yeah, like,
because
not
of
as, like,
AZT.
because-
you're
yeah,
staying
because,
in
like,
you're staying
the-
in HIV mode.
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
right.
in HIV mode, coasting.
Right.
Like, as long as you like take your pills.
How much did it pay?
It would have been $6,000 and then usage.
Usage is where the money's at. What was usage? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
It was like more than 10 grand. It had to be more than 10 grand easily.
I'm probably. I don't know.
Fuck, I would have done it.
Like yeah,
I
but you're
probably would have
married.
done it too.
What?
You're married though.
So what?
It's
Even
like-
if I was single, I'm like, yeah, so what? That's called
But
just an
what?
ad.
No, you can't just say so because like your wife is like cool with it. Like
No,
you
before
doing
if I
it,
was single,
'cause
I
if
would
you're
still
s-
say, I would. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
You got AIDS? No. When we get a blood, I would get a fucking blood test and laminate it and carry it around and go, I don't have AIDS.
Like that's
Let's
from
fuck.
6 months ago. Like,
right. Look at that date. Your picture's up there.
With the money they pay, I can afford a $50 blood draw every 6 months. Believe me. Now let's $60, no AIDS. Let's fuck. Let's go. All right.
Use a condom.
Yeah. Right.
that's
I always
like-
did though. That's funny. I was a single guy. Oh, I think I've rawed like dating. Like, I only had like 3 girlfriends where I ever rawed. Everyone else just straight condoms always. Now they've broken a few times, but you know the intention was there first,
That's good though.
isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
responsible. I have friends who are like, oh, that's all I do is Raw. I'm like, you are a bigger gambling degenerate than I am. That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's real crazy.
Right?
I think like only like once ever. Like,
Raw dog once?
Yeah.
Really?
Your whole life?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit. We could never. We could never date then. All right, but all right. The minute you say like, "What are we?" I'm like, get those fucking condoms and burn them shits.
Yeah, because as soon
We
as you
are
get into a monogamous
fucking-
relationship, I feel like
Yeah, we're not.
I'm
we're doing
like,
that.
up, throw the condoms away.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
like
me.
Only for
you-
butt time. Then you have to have the condoms for butt time. That's what I would. Well,
Well,
the gay guy's like, I don't know if I agree with that. I'm saying yeah. That like the whole like, you can't fuck any more chicks. Okay, cool. Then that means you're going to the pill and I'm not using a rubber anymore. Oh, okay, cool. Then that's the quid pro quo, Clarice. Quid pro quo.
I've never been on the pill either.
Really?
really?
Yeah, I
Jesus.
don't really
Well, that's
believe
because
in
you
the
use
pill.
condoms.
Yeah, but I also like I don't like believe in the pill. Like just because I think that it like
What are
screws
you,
up.
Amish?
No, like it just screws up your body chemistry, and so like I think that like, because they're like putting like so many extra hormones in your body that like I think that it's detrimental and it like like leads to more cases of cancer, and also that they've found that it changes your attraction. So like if you start the pill after you start dating somebody, you will become less attracted to them, and like they've done this study.
That's
that
bullshit. That's called being in a monogamous relationship. You get sick of the same person. All right.
Yeah, that's
they actually no, but they did a study like and
I want to see. Okay, I am a medical sales rep. I will look at this study and I will probably tear this apart and say it's bullshit. I want to see this study. I will Google this.
yeah, no, definitely
It is
Google
fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. I do not believe that for one red second. Sorry, I'm not shitting on you. I'm just
Yeah,
shitting on the
yeah,
study. I'm like, you're wrong. Like, no, this study is it's like I said, being in the same same
Right.
person for X amount of months in a row, as opposed to whatever changing
you're
it up.
gonna get less
I disagree
attracted.
completely. But with that, I will have to look at the study and say where it was published and all that.
Well, 'cause
Way to
there-
science nerd it out, Kevin. Right? We're talking about fucking. Now we're talking about science fucking studies. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, no.
Another beer. I will.
I just don't take the sticky ones. I mean, you can take a sticky one if you want. But yeah, like according to this study though, it's like because your hormones change, what you are attracted to changes.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things it was saying was like almost like you become attracted to like
Dads.
like more gentle looking men. So like you might like let's say like you're like with this guy and he's like 6'5", athletic, fucking built. You're just like, oh, he's hot as fuck. And then
That's your type. We
like-
get it. Okay, 6'5". athletic. I'm 6'2". We wouldn't be able to work out then. All right.
we already know about the condoms.
That's right.
Sorry. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Don't trust anyone. Then you start actually becoming more attracted to like men that are like softer and like I guess kinder looking.
UCB
like,
comics. I
the-
gotcha.
yeah, basically. Like, someone that's going to like draw your bathwater. Like that's going to be like your new type. But,
Someone that will willingly
Closest
watch
fucking
the Gilmore
shower.
Girls reboot with you.
right. But
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't even watch the Gilmore Girls.
Good for you.
I've never watched an episode actually.
I haven't either.
I
Me
just
either.
like there's actually like podcasts of guys that are like I think it's called like Gilmore Guys and like they just
Yuck.
talk about
They also
They-
probably say they proclaim to be male feminists too.
it's, well,
Don't trust them.
no, they're the rapiest of the rapists.
Right? There are better lies to tell women like I'm wearing a condom. Right,
Like-
Rodney? Right?
Right.
Thank you.
Stealthing is a problem in America. So like it's the other weird thing is that a lot of like military is really into Gilmore Girls, like military guys. And like I've read articles about this too, and that they say that Gilmore Girls makes them appreciate the things that they're going to war for to protect, and they feel like Gilmore Girls is like very American, and that it's like they know that they're out there on the battlefields to make sure that these women are safe back in the homeland. It's
That sounds about as much bullshit as that story you just said about the fucking pill.
I
Making
read a lot
dudes.
of articles, dude.
I
got
don't
a lo-
agree.
Read
That is
articles.
fuck ad. Look, I
I
agree
got a
that
long
they don't want
commute.
to. I'm pretty sure. They want to see about war shit all the time. I get that, but Gilmore Girl, no.
That's
No.
crazy.
No, I don't buy that.
You would think they'd be like watching like Citizen Kane or something. Like
No, that's another different. That's an all-time classic, but I
Yeah.
don't know about that's.
Yeah, but it's just
That
like
doesn't strike me as that. Okay,
you have to believe in democracy first. Like,
right.
so now, no, you're married, right?
I am.
So now, like, do you
For
find
now. No, just kidding.
do you find that it was like hard to like be married and have a relationship, like doing comedy?
No, because I married the right woman, and it's gonna sound dumb as fucking and corny as shit. But 99% of the guys I know who are in comedy who are married, just like you, and they're like, oh, my wife's bitching about doing this. Yeah, well, you didn't set it right when you got married. For example, grandfathering is key. I tell every friend of mine who has or about to get married the following. Plan shit that you want to do with your buddies or whatever you want to do. Set that in stone so it's not out of the blue and then they can't fight it. For example, I go to Vegas every fucking year for week one of the NFL with my buddies. I used to go twice a year. Now, the deal was whenever we have a kid, I would then cut it down to once a year, hence now one. So I would tell my wife, look, this is going to happen. Know this. I go to Vegas twice a fucking year. I go to trips with my friends, wherever. Just know that. And I don't give a shit where you go with your friends. You can go wherever the hell you want. I don't care. But as long as things are grandfathered in, like now with the kid, now
Okay.
with comedy, it's like, hey, I'm not out near as much as I used to be, but I will be out for either shows or podcasts or whatever the hell it is I have to do. And she gets it. There is no, like, it's not like, well, this came from nowhere. What the fuck? As long as you set it from the ground in the beginning, things are that much easier.
How long have you been married?
It'll be, fuck. What year is this? 18. It'll be 5 years.
That should have been an instant.
I'm a dude.
Dude,
It's gonna be,
this is- oh,
actually, it's gonna be,
shit.
you know what? Here it is. It's gonna be 5 years in June. There you go.
So how long have
Okay.
you guys been together?
Off and on. Oh, she's gonna fucking kill me. She over here. Just like 11 or 12, something like that.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
How old's the kid?
2.5.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you still have a toddler.
Yeah.
Running around.
She's a fucking delight. She is. Not sarcasm. She really is. She's great. Easiest going kids ever. I love her to pieces.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is she like well, she's isn't it like two, like the terrible twos or something like that?
You'd think that. I mean, she does. She is a little bit of a. Not a little bit. She's a huge pain in the ass when it comes to putting her to bed because she's like me. I'm a night person. Like
Oh.
she won't go to bed until like sometimes 10, 10:30, 11. Like she'll throw.
Which
she
is
just
crazy for like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
insane for. And then she goes to daycare. My wife takes her now. At like daycare opens at 7. They're there like at 7:01. But then they get a 2-hour nap and shit. But the kids still
Running
nonstop.
around.
Exactly. Nonstop, at night and no school. Yeah, so
It's like ball energy.
but you know what? That was me as a kid. So I'm like, I
was
get
gonna
it.
say,
I get
yeah,
it. I have
I
no
get it.
problem with this. She's like, well, she should be in bed. No kids. No 2-year-old is awake past like 8 or 9. Like I don't give a shit. Where she's sitting here. I'm playing PlayStation. She's watching me play PlayStation. Who cares?
Right.
Whatever. So
Yeah.
But yeah, and we've made comedy and everything else work. And then when I'm working on the show or the shit like that, it's like she knows. It's like okay, like he's working on something that's being built up. I need to give him his time to do that. So she has to watch the kid for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, or whatever it is on a Saturday or Sunday. So be it. I have a life. She has a life too. So we've made it work. So
Wow.
I am the
That's
exception to
support.
this. I know, right? Put your fucking foot down like a man, Ronnie. That's what happens.
Okay.
Uh,
Let that bitch know. I'm going to Vegas.
I do. Yeah, I do. Listen, I'll
And
be
like in
September,
my head, I'm like, oh, he thinks he's going to Vegas. Like,
September 8th for the 12th, I'll be there. As you already, I booked that shit in December. That's what a degenerate I am. No, but no. It's,
Wait, see, until you have the second kid, then the shit has to stop.
second kid. I don't.
It's like, now we got the
She's
second kid. There's
Yeah,
no more
we're not.
chicks in
I
Vegas.
think we're done at 1. I think we're done because we got it right with the
One and
first
done.
one. Right. Well, because we got it right with the first one off the jump.
Rewind, you're raw dogging it all the time.
She's on the pill. Heyo.
Oh, okay.
See, I got lawyered. Boom. What will be my second beer of choice? We have pale ale. Chris with IPA. Okay.
Do.
We have IPA. Let's see. And this is the. I like this. This is the Pilsner.
that's the
one.
Pilsner.
I like
The
this one.
Pilsner. I just that.
I don't like pale ales or IPAs. I don't know. Lager is my darkest beer I go. What's your
Yeah.
beer of choice? I know you're a beer gal. Blue
I-
Moon, right?
Uh,
You brought Blue Moon in the last time I did your show.
That's because that's what they had at the
That was, like,
store.
probably
It
the
was
only
like there was
shit.
like it was
She's
basically
like,
like Budweiser or
Ew.
Corona, and it was just
Oh.
like
We get the beer together before the show. Like we like have to go to certain places.
we have a conference, like
to-
we have a beer
where
conference.
should we go
Yeah.
Do you
to get the
really?
beer?
Yeah.
Are you like a big beer gal or no?
Yeah, so like my favorite is I like a coffee oatmeal stout. That is
I'm
my
gonna
favorite
throw
beer.
up. I
Yeah.
can't do that. It's too thick.
But I
Engineers are
love-
shaking his head. He's like,
real
nope,
thick.
Yeah, I
nope.
love it. I love a coffee oatmeal stout. I'm into IPAs. What else am I into? I'm trying to get into sour beers.
I can't. Again, we're
What,
so different. I
Sour,
love it.
sour.
Sour. It's like really really tart.
Give me a name.
I know that Broken Bow in like it's in Tuckahoe, New York. They have a really good like sour beer. It's like, but it's like very bitter. It's almost like it almost tastes like if you're biting into a lemon and that lemon happens to like be soaked full of booze. Like it's
Interesting.
It's like really
Huh.
sour. I'm also into barley wines. I'm getting into that now.
God, you're into some weird shit, but that's cool. That's different.
Yeah.
I got some cookie cutter boring. Like I love Sam Adams is my favorite. Summer Ale's my
Oh.
favorite. Porch
Summer Ale's
Rocker,
good.
love it. Porch Rocker, the Winter Lager, Cold Snap, fucking delightful.
Yeah.
You need to go since you're a bit of a beer gal. Then obviously you need to go to Oktoberfest in Munich. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, but that would require me to travel, and Germans scare me.
Why?
Germans, and you don't do planes.
Oh, I'm German,
Yeah.
but it's fine. I actually want to hear a story about being racially profiled.
Oh.
I was racially profiled at the Munich airport. They're like, sir, you're being pulled aside for TSA security. It's my buddy Nick and I. He's got a big guinea Nick, I call him, a big gonzo nose, which is funny. So they pull me aside, blonde hair, blue eyed, I'm like, what are you, me? They're like, what are you doing here in Munich? I'm like, Oktoberfest. They're like, is that your buddy there? I'm like, yeah, that is. The guy goes, okay. Well, enjoy Munich and don't drink the dark beer. That's when that gives you a hangover. Have a great day. I'm like, that's being racially profiled. This is great. In my own native country. My own native country.
It's like that one looks like a Nazi. Let's check him out.
Oh, wait, we all do.
It's like, oh, that Swedish bastard.
Great country. Love it. Been there twice. Highly recommend it. You should go. Check it out.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I was gonna like, I'm not huge into traveling, but like if I'm gonna go somewhere, I feel like I really want to go to Florence. But
Been
like,
there. Love it.
Yeah.
Actually, love Rome better. Like Rome
Really?
better. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't like. There's something about the canals that are just like maybe I
It
just
smells though too. Be careful. Yeah.
yeah
Ugh.
yeah
Get that
it's-
stain.
I've heard
I've
that.
not been to Venice, but I've heard that is bad.
yeah.
But Florence is a definite odor in the air. You think you're like in rural cow country sometimes. It was like shit in the air. Like, what the fuck? Oh, the canals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. Cinque Terre is a 2-hour train ride away, which I also highly recommend. Cinque Terre, 5 towns translates to.
Yeah.
Take a train there and you walk. It's like a whole day. You walk through all these like 5 towns. Some are mountainous, some are just regular streets and shit, but it's fucking beautiful. Highly recommend it.
I don't know. Europe doesn't like really like call to me like how Asia does.
See,
feel
I
like.
have no desire to go to Asia.
and that's
Zero.
like my like. I'd rather go to
Europe
like,
is dope. See, Europe is so many different.
Japan
No.
and like.
Spain's great.
to-
Germany's great.
I've
Prague.
been to Spain.
Love
I've been
Spain.
to
Been there
Spain and
twice.
Portugal.
Have not been to Portugal, Italy,
Portugal was
Switzerland. Switzerland's okay. Nothing great. Czech is great. Prague is great, I should say. Amsterdam was great. Vienna was pretty good. Germany, I've been there a few times. Have not been to Portugal. My sister married a straight up Portuguese dude who came here like in '96, and they went to college all together. But yeah, she's been there like, I don't know, 4 times. So it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Never-
I spent
haven't
a
been down.
summer there. Like I
Lisbon?
spent like no, it was in Porto Vallarta.
I'm
It
gonna
was
say yeah,
like,
Porto was another one I've heard of.
Yeah, it's about like maybe I'd say like probably like an hour and a half away from Lisbon, but like I spent like a whole summer. I was there like maybe 2.5 months or something like that. And it was awesome. I went the year in between junior high and high school because
Right.
like my best friend was Portuguese, and so like we had our own apartment. It was like fucking crazy. Like we're like literally like 14. We have our own apartment. Then the girl that lived next door to us, her dad owned a liquor distributing company.
Motherfucker.
And so like she would
shit.
literally like come to the house every day like America, and just hand us like a case of booze, and we're like, come in, kid. And like, and so like
Europe's great,
it was
isn't it?
fucking ridiculous. And there was like a club that was like 2 blocks away from us. So like we'd go and we'd party in the club. We'd like bring dudes back to our apartment. We'd kick them out before breakfast. We'd still be like like in our like club clothes. We were under the covers, and then like the family that lived downstairs would like come get us for like breakfast, and we're just like, oh yeah, we'll be right there. And then we had to change into pajamas to run downstairs to have breakfast, and like we still had makeup and glitter and all the nine. And I just remember like we got caught because my friend's cousin came out drinking with us and ended up like throwing up across the breakfast table, like and like
Awesome.
and so like then it's like, what happened? And we're like, I don't know. And then she's like, well, they took me to the club, and we're like, motherfucker,
Shut up, stupid.
Wait,
And,
like,
like,
oh.
yeah. It's so like then they come up to our room, and we had been hiding like all the booze bottles and stuff like under the bed. And so like they came and like they started like collecting all these booze bottles, and then they sent us to the farm. And I lasted all of 3 days in the farm before I called my travel agent and I said, you need to change my ticket because I need to go home. And so like I literally called my mom up and I was just like, can you and dad pick me up from the airport tomorrow at 5? And they're just like, but you're not coming home for another month. Like, no, I'm going to be tomorrow at 5. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I changed my flight. She's like, why? And I'm like, I'm in the farm. It's like, what do you mean you're in the farm? Like,
Whoa.
literally, like, I did this for like 3 days. And I'm like, this is not my shit. Like, we had
There's
to
a
get,
punishment to
like
go
a
to the farm,
lit,
right?
like a
Yeah.
legit-
To go,
Yeah.
like, were you shoveling hay and pig shit and all that stuff?
yeah, like we had to go and like we had to feed the pigs the slop and shit and like
Oh.
that, like, and so they had a fireplace in their house that they didn't use, and they had a fireplace that used, but they had this like slop fireplace that they put like all of the food garbage, and then you had to like shovel that up, and that made the slop, and you poured like water and like I don't know what else into it, and it just stunk like shit. And then you had to go and feed this big ass pig, and it was like one with like a big ring through its nose. The thing was smelly. Then they had cattle that we had to let out to pasture. There was like longhorn cattle. Legit, the first time I ever climbed a tree in my life, because like we went and opened up these gates, and I just saw these horns. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get like gored by a bull, not thinking like, oh, longhorn cattle. And I just climbed up a tree, and they're just like, no, that's a cow. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do this.
No.
like I can't.
No.
Yeah. So I went home early.
That's a hell of a story.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was a awesome fucking time. Like we ran away for a little bit. Like,
To
Like-
where? For
like
what
in
reason?
between us getting caught with the cousin throwing up on the table and getting shipped to the farm. Like I think what actually got us shipped to the farm. Well, they were gonna ship us to the farm anyway. That's why we ran away. We like hitchhiked to the beach, and so like we spent like 2 days on the beach just with like these like beach bums that were just like street peddlers that like playing guitar for money and shit, and like we hung out with them for a while, and then we're like, one of these days we're gonna get raped. We probably should go back.
I was
Like,
just gonna ask. You probably had to think like, you know
We're
what?
like, you know what?
Kind of got my, I sleep with one eye open kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of like, something. We probably should like go somewhere and not safe here. But yeah, we slept on the beach. We like slept under the boardwalk, and it was crazy. It was, yeah,
Wow.
I don't know, but it was like Portugal, hell of a place.
I give it an 8 out of 10 of in a country that I'd like to run away in.
Yeah.
Run away from somebody in, I should say. All right, that didn't work. Never mind.
Yeah, but like Venice, I always feel like it's got to be like awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're
Could
just
be.
smelly. It's like,
I've never been, so I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
When I went, I did a whole thing around Europe in 2009. Jesus Christ, I just went to every metropolitan place where I speak Spanish like pretty well, and I only had to use it once in Italy because the guy was like, "No comprendo, no." I was like, "Oh, española," and just
yeah.
that was it. But everywhere else, everyone speaks fucking English. It's very,
Yeah.
very, Spain, I didn't have a problem. Italy, same thing. Germany, it's like a ESL everywhere you go. So it's
Right.
not a big deal. Amsterdam, same story. Vienna, Prague, everyone speaks English. So, yeah. No countryside bullshit for me. No way.
Yeah, no.
And I saw Hostel, too. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
They're going to want, I'm, again, blonde or blue-eyed boy. I'm the first on that list of, like, to check the box of people to kill.
What has been like your absolute favorite place?
Oh, my God. I can't pick. I have like a top 5 list. That's the best I can
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
Do it. What's the top 5?
I was just in the Cayman Islands last month. It's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. I love Vegas. That's number 2. I would definitely say
Vegas is number 2.
I love. Well, no, in no specific order. Second,
Right,
just second on the list. I love Munich. I love Madrid. Madrid is amazing. And I would say Rome.
Okay.
Rome's awesome. I mean, there's like a whole, a lot of other places in the Caribbean a ton of times.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I'm going to take one of those off the list. Hawaii. Put Hawaii on that list. Hawaii is insane.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Perfect honeymoon spot.
Yeah.
Perfect honeymoon spot.
Did you go for your honeymoon?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did like 2 nights in Vegas because there's no gambling in Hawaii. My wife's like, I know you want to gamble. I'm like, yeah. 2 nights in Vegas, 4 seasons, hooked it up, did all that shit. Then we did 2 weeks in Hawaii, which is fucking insane.
2 weeks in Hawaii.
You can't do anything less. You cannot do anything less than, at the absolute bare bones minimum, 10 days. You're wasting your time if you think you can do it because your body is fucked from that time change.
Oh, really?
Oh.
It
Like,
takes
what's the
4
difference?
6 hours.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Like I made it like the first night we were in Maui, and I made it to like 10-ish Maui time, which is 4 a.m. our time.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And I was like, I can do this. I had like a beer at the bar. Like, we got, we went out, went to dinner, and came back. I said, let's get a drink. And she's like, you want to try this? I said, yeah. Like 10:30. I'm like, oh, a piece done. But yeah, you're in again. It's. But everything shuts down early out there. It's not like a crazy nightlife. Not like
It's
our
like, what, like 2 a.m.
Not
or
like
something?
Vegas.
no, forget that. You're in bed probably like, forget the time change. But everything just shuts down early because you don't want to waste the day. Like you're up at like 8. People are up at 8 a.m. doing normal shit, just hanging out.
Okay.
The only time that was real nightlife is Honolulu, which they had some good stuff there. We were out late, but then that was like the last part of the leg of our journey. So I was like, all right, I'm acclimated. We can fucking do this. But yeah, you're not raging in Hawaii, that's for sure. But it's so beautiful, it's so amazing, it's so great.
So, what did you
raging
guys
in
do?
Vegas.
Like, you just like went like volcanoes,
Did
and,
that.
like, surfing and shit.
Yep, did that. This was our 4th of July. We went in the daytime. They had like a snorkeling cruise and shit, and we just jumped off boats and snorkeled all around there. And they fed us and booze and all that stuff. Dicked around, and at night we went swimming with manta rays at night.
shit.
Oh, wow.
So they have these like surfboard looking things with light that shine downward. And that brings up the plankton, and that's what the manta
Manta
rays
rays
eat.
eat, yeah.
Exactly. And they come right up, and they are like fucking puppy dogs. Like you can't like touch them because like the acid in their hands.
Yeah.
Like we saw like manta rays with handprints in them because people fucking are dumbasses and touch them. But they'll come right up, they'll swim, and they'll graze your feet, their body. They're very docile. We did that at night, and then we came back and. Hawaii, we had to go to fucking Walmart to buy more booze and food and shit because we said I've got a condo. But they sell fireworks there, and we were lighting fire, and everyone was lighting off fireworks in the street for 4th of July in the middle of fucking Kona, which is the
Oh,
Big
wow.
Island.
Yeah,
There's like a bunch of
yeah.
Kona's on the Big Island.
Yeah.
So that's why I spent my 4th of July during my honeymoon, which lit off fireworks to cap the night off after swimming with manta rays and snorkeling and seeing fucking dolphins and shit. It's quite magical.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Yeah.
Scuba dove, I guess. They have. I didn't do that.
I
Brewery.
think that's my foot.
Oh. They got breweries. The coffee there is insane too. It's awesome. But
Well, Kona coffee.
exactly,
is,
yeah,
like,
that's
Kona
exactly right.
coffee.
Yeah, and I mean, but it's fucking pricey as shit. I mean, I think like head of lettuce was like $3 or $4. I was like, oh boy.
Oh, because they have to ship everything in.
Everything's in. I mean, obviously eat seafood as much as you can. 'Cause, I mean, it's right there anyway. You might as well. But other than that, but yeah, everything's fucking. I think like we went to Fat Burger just to get like a lunch in between, like and it was like I don't know $20-some for like fucking 2 number 3s or whatever.
Just a
Oh,
fat
wow.
burger?
Fat Burger, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
That does
I
seem
love
crazy.
Fat Burger.
Whatever, but you can't go there and start
Did
counting
you
your
go to
fucking
like
pennies.
the macadamia nut farms?
Did not do that.
Did you do any of like the like helicopter stuff?
Fuck, my dad bust my balls. That's the one thing I didn't get a chance to do was a helicopter tour of the volcano. My dad's like, you do it. I do all that shit. I'll do all that stuff. But that's the one thing we just didn't fucking. Some days it's like, fuck it, we're just going to lay low. Other days, like we rented Jeeps every place, in every island we did.
Oh, ooh.
I
Just had,
drove
like,
the
a
top
open
down.
air
Exactly,
Jeep.
right?
Yeah.
Took the top off. Did like the road to Hana, which is fucking. It is stressful shit driving because when you go Google the road to Hana,
Oh, because it's on the side of a cliff.
Some
right?
of them are,
Yeah,
yes,
some of
and
it's
the
like-
roads are super thin. And then the fucking locals come flying around those S curves at like 80 miles an hour. I'm like, I fucking, you know, I grew up in Princeton, New Jersey. Like, I'm used to driving fast and you know, driving in the city and shit. I'm not used to driving S curves in a Jeep at 80 miles an hour. Like, okay,
off
like,
the side of a mountain.
I was it was funny. Remember Dracula with Keanu Reeves? Remember the racing
Yes.
to go get his ass
Yes.
before the sunset?
Yeah.
That was me racing to get home from Hana before the sunset because it was just pitch black out there. By the way, it is the most beautiful at night. It's like a planetarium when you see the stars.
Oh,
They're
wow.
just so picturesque. It's I know it sounds corny, but it's fucking cute. But yeah, I sped like a motherfucker because like I am not getting stuck on a fucking top of these mountains here on S curves. You know, just whatever. And we made
No
that.
lights and like yeah,
Nothing.
Yeah,
Pitch black.
yeah.
The epitome of pitch black. But it was still great. It was-
Do they have like a lot of animals that like run out to the road and shit?
I don't remember any, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's not
Because like I mean, you know, like I would imagine like parts of Jersey, like I'm from Westchester, like
Right.
deer. It's just like
yeah.
you know,
Everywhere.
like deer just everywhere. So like I would just imagine. I don't know what the Hawaiian version of a deer would be, but I would think that they would have like those kind of animals like jumping out. and
Yeah, I don't remember any that did that. It doesn't mean it didn't happen though. I could just blacked it out, but yeah. But
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing. I mean, I highly recommend you check it out.
shit. Yeah, no,
Good
that's
stuff.
awesome. Yeah.
All right, so Hawaii is on the to-do list.
Yeah.
Hawaii's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's I definitely want to check it out. Like I've always wanted to do it. My whole problem is I'm not really good at traveling. Like
Not
I
a
don't.
traveler.
I'm not a traveler.
Why? What are you not good at? I love traveling. So tell me maybe I can help walk you through this. By the way, I love all the different directions we've taken. We talked about the Sinky. We've talked about fucking traveling. We talked about Marissa's love of wearing condoms and loathing of going on the pill. I love the fucking directions we've taken.
We go everywhere. This
we
is
sure
Big Talk
do.
and Brewskis.
Hell yeah, it is.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
No
what, what's your,
topic ever off topic.
Limits.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
what's your hang up on traveling? Just
All
curious.
right, so like my problem is that I don't physically like the travel aspect. Like
No
I
one
don't-
does.
I don't like the airport or the plane or getting to the air. Like I don't like any of that shit. My other thing is that I don't like being lost. And as soon as I don't know where I am, I'm lost. So like that just like puts a whole nother level of anxiety on me that like I don't know where the fuck I am.
All right.
like-
Well, now with cell phones, it's impossible to be lost.
It's like
It's impossible.
You don't know me.
I feel like there's like some sort of like brain chemistry thing that happens like to people because like I work in Times Square. Like I get tourists like all the time.
Yuck.
And
Oh, you're
like,
Elmo or are you Batman? Which one?
no, I work at a restaurant.
Oh God, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah, even worse.
I would.
But like I feel like people just get stupider when they like go to a different place, especially if they're like going to another country. They're just like,
It's not. I mean, so
but really, it's not that difficult.
it
but you
depends
have your
though.
phone.
So when I went to Europe, like I said 9 years ago, I was by myself and I was doing 9 countries. I got there, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, never mind, I got this. And I had a map and I had a fucking idea where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. And just and if you do get lost, you ask. I mean, 9 times out of 10, most people are fucking are not assholes. So whenever people are here in New York, like I'll especially if you're an accent, unless they're French, then I tell them to go the wrong fucking way because fuck those people. Other than that, though, I'll tell you where to go. Yeah, I will tell you where to go. But yeah, it's like to me, it's not that big of a deal. It's like I'll figure it out. I think I have a pretty good sense of direction. So it's
like
get you to the airport. Uber at the airport. Do that. Get yourself get a TSA pre-check so that way you're not waiting in that fucking stupid ass long line. Or
Also-
global, and then get first class if you can afford it. Then or use your miles or points, whatever. That way you're flying in comfort.
my other problem is that like when I'm traveling, I get constipated. So like then I'm just uncomfortable the whole time.
Why? That's got to be obviously all psychological.
Yeah,
with the constipation.
Yeah, but and then it's just like
you can only shit at certain places.
yeah, exactly.
I
I
used to have
usually
that-
only shit at work, so like I don't even shit in my own house. Like I
What?
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
won't shit on the weekend. I just shit in my office.
Yeah, no.
You're the
took
only
her-
person who's
she
excited to go
took her
to work
shit
on
this
Monday.
morning. Right,
yeah,
yeah.
because like then I'm just like okay.
So what do you do if it's a 3-day weekend? You're just fucked then, huh?
Yeah, and then like or a vacation. Like vacation is tough.
She
You
didn't
just
shit
can't
on-
take anything.
After the election,
like-
she didn't shit for like almost a month.
Yeah, I didn't shit for like a month after the election.
Straight up.
How'd you not die? That's like poison.
longest I've
Literally
ever-
poison.
Like the longest I've ever gone without shitting is 27 days.
That's very. my God. I held it for 4 days when I had to go to Stokes Forest, part of a 6th grade trip because the toilets were filthy. And my mother's voice was inside my head like thinking like, obviously the movie came out after that, but it's like, hey, if your bare ass touches a public toilet seat, you're going to end up like Tom Hanks did at the very end of Philadelphia. Like that's like the kind of analogy my mother had. Then I became a medical sales rep. I have no choice but to shit in public now. But the fact you held it for literally 27 days is fucking mine.
I just want to know what it looked like after 27
Dude,
days.
4 days I stopped up my toilet. My dad had to break up with the coat hanger. I was in the 6th grade. Not even kidding. Not even joking. Straight up. No hyperbole. Coat hanger, stopped the toilet up. It was a fucking disaster. 27. Like
Was
that
it just like a large rock?
Dude, it
Well,
felt like I was giving birth. Literally, I'm like, this is what it feels like. I bet. How the fuck did so
Crying
that's
and
6
shit.
times, 7 times more almost than what you did.
Yeah, like so that was like I had gotten my tonsils removed, and so like I
Pain
was
medication, right?
Yeah.
Boom, I know it.
yeah. And
That
so
counts.
like so I wasn't really eating solid foods to begin with. I was only like eating like a liquid diet, and then I was on pain medication. So it was like 27 days, and like literally like my mom was just like, if you don't poo by tomorrow, you're going to the hospital. And I'm just like and so like I like literally it was like black coffee, prunes, like I was taking like laxatives, like all just to like shit. So like you know, like so I was just like, well, I guess 27 days is a long time. Like I didn't feel like I needed to.
I'm surprised
Like-
your mom was like, after 4 days, like,
Right.
my mother was like, no. Hot sauce and everything, prunes, a whole 5 days. I'm sure my mom, but 27, your mom was like, maybe there's a problem. That's
Well, because I don't shit all the time. Like if I'm on vacation for like 7 days, I won't shit for 7 days. So like that's not unusual. So
That's
like
crazy.
well, like
I'm blown
27
away.
days was like, you know, like
you must have to stand up to finish that fucker off, huh?
I do multiple courtesy flushes for myself. You know, like,
For
You're so
yourself.
polite.
like you know, it's just like, oh, it's getting rank in here. Okay, hold on. Like,
You must shit an anthill then.
depending,
Like a mountain, I should say, not an
depending. Like I've definitely had like you know, ones that like get above the water. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
But that's kind of normal. But like for 27 days, again, it must have been like a fucking volcano rising from the earth into the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
like-
It must look like an
was
upside
a lot.
down.
Touch
It
your
was like
butt
Marge
cheeks.
Simpson's hair.
But surprisingly, it wasn't. I've had like hamburger poos that were worse. Like because like I wasn't eating solid food, so like most of what I was pooing was
Oh,
just
it's like liquid poo.
it was just kind of like ice cream and like pudding and Jello like that I was eating. So
Did you ever
it
just
wasn't-
pop black on vacation? I mean, maybe that's the. Don't pop
It
on the
doesn't-
plane, but like day when you get
No,
there.
So like the problem with that is that I get the burning and the churning, but I don't get any action. So like I just get all the bloating and the sensations of having to poo, but like nothing comes out, and I'll just be sitting there like, and nothing comes out. Like
Have you ever given yourself an enema?
no,
I love how you just say it like, no.
no,
That's where the line is drawn.
yeah,
What?
like I don't.
You
no.
know I've been bottoming lately, right?
I know, and like you're
Yeah.
a big proponent of the bottom enema.
It happened. I mean,
How do we not have a caller after all of this discussion? That's what I want to know.
But yeah,
But-
no, the bottom enema is like a thing. Like I do.
I don't
that.
understand
It's
gay
like-
lingo. Please explain.
All right, so butt sex. I'm taking up the butt, you know. In order for me not to like, you know, have like a mess, I have to like kind of do an enema before like I know that I'm gonna go meet a gentleman.
Oh.
As gentlemen call us, so that there's not
Right.
a
So there's
a
not
poop
like
fountain.
a poop fountain that's coming out.
Like a train spotting episode.
The worst toilet in Scotland.
Yes. Yes. Love that film.
Right. So like I do an enema like regularly just because like if I know like, oh, okay, I'm gonna meet this guy. Enema.
Yeah.
Do you
I mean,
set
it's-
up in advance so like, hey, I'm a bottom, hey, I'm a top, okay, cool, or is it like you can
Yeah.
show up and like, oh, you're a bottom too? You're like, oh.
No. You definitely talk about that beforehand.
So this is again, the gays have advantage over heterosexuals in that regard. It's
You
like,
definitely
hey, I
like
get my dick sucked. What are your thoughts on that? You know, not that. All right, then that's game over. All right,
no, that's exactly how it is. Like you're not even like that's exactly how it is.
awesome.
Guys are like, no. Or what? You're a top? I'm a top? Sorry, we can't talk.
That's like 2 square fucking pegs,
You
No
know,
round
what are we
hole.
gonna do? Sword
But
fight?
like, what if you guys are like soulmates and this is your only problem?
Well, if I'm like strictly a top and he's strictly a top, that's like a real problem.
But
That's
like,
like
what
not
if,
even like a half a problem. That's like a
But like, what if like everything else you guys are like completely like perfectly matched, and that's like the only problem?
that's a big problem because we're just what are we gonna do? We're just gonna like, have like all this foreplay and suck each other up and get really hard, and then all of a sudden, who's gonna get fucked?
So no one ever like acquiesces. Goes, all right, this time I'll cave.
But see, if that happens, it's not as fun. Like, cause then the other person really doesn't want to do it. You have to be like in an I'm gonna bottom mindset. There's pain
Because they're
involved.
and
Interesting.
enemas.
Like and enemas if you're doing it right. Like it's a whole thing.
I mean, again, I appreciate the candidness. It's like, hey, let's BJ's and bottom. Good. I'm a fucking BJ fan and a top, so this was gonna work out.
What?
I was
See,
like,
that's
this
great.
we will get along
Great.
swimmingly. I hate to do this because
Don't you dare cut this conversation short. It can't be as good as the next 2 guests coming in here.
I
I guarantee they're not going to bring the fucking A game like I did today. Just kidding.
I
know they
know,
are.
and you're more than welcome to stay, Kevin, if you'd like to.
Oh.
But before we start this next segment, where can everybody see you next?
Oh.
What gigs do you have going on? Where can they follow you on social media?
Love to talk about myself, as you guessed. I will be anything good. I'm not going to talk about bar shows. Who gives a shit about that? I'll be at Paisanos in Rutherford, New Jersey next Thursday, the 29th. I will be, yeah, that's fine. Go to kevingoatee.com for all the other gigs and shit. That's like the good one I have next coming up. Comics Watching Comics on Amazon, Comics Watching Comics on Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is at Comics Watching. Kevin Goatee on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Season 5 is up on Amazon. Season 6 should be up any day now. And look for just go check out my dates. I have to update the calendar, but yeah, there's other stuff's coming up. That's it.
Nice. That's Kevin Goatee. I'm Marissa Smith. We got Rodney Daniels, and we will be right back.
Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, war. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking brewskis is coming in live. Crack when open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking
Hey
brewskis with Marissa
guys,
Smith.
this is Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. I've got Rodna Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? This is Big Talking Brewski Side, segment 2.
I've got Dara Jamont with me.
Hello, hello, hello.
And I've got Gordon McNiff.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Thanks, Marissa.
Yeah, no problems, Gordon. So, now, Gordon, how was your week?
It was good. It was good. I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to break and destroy. All this. First thing I did, the mic screen popped off. I'm gonna get through this without breaking any expensive equipment. Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it how it
This
is.
is fancy.
No, but yeah.
Right. Oh, there you go. He's telling you how to do
Oh,
the
here
stuff.
we
How to get
There
some
you
height
go.
to it, a little height.
There you
There
go.
we go. All right.
There
To
you
be
go.
honest with you, I've never fucked with the mic stand. I just kind of adjust the mic to like get or I guess get closer because I'm like I'm not fucking with all of this. It's too much stuff
Yeah,
here.
it
That's what I
looks-
feel
But
like I'm doing
sometimes
right now.
it's
I'm
crazy,
elongating,
like-
so
Yeah,
I can-
it's just like you
was
know,
the
it's
tall
like
guy sitting here before?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can
But
like
no,
you
you
can
could just-
angle it down.
This one, though, you could just, all you gotta do is just go, it goes up and down. So just like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's just, oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
You supply a little pressure.
There it
There you
goes.
go.
It's the first time I wanted something smaller.
Yeah.
There we go.
So now, Dara, how was your week?
I had a good week. Wait, that snow threw a little monkey wrench into it, but that's
Dude.
fine.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
one of those days to like not do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those.
Which is
Lucky.
like just eat. Oh, did you have to go out in it?
I worked.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I was just
didn't-
happy to have the day off.
I didn't even work, and I woke up and there was no snow, and I still didn't fucking go to work. I was like, I'm good. Yeah, well, you know, they declared the whole state of emergency, so I was like, better be
Right.
safe, guys. You know. And
Yeah,
Yeah, no. So, like,
Take-
I
my-
got like 8 inches. Like,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Damn.
a little
Yeah.
bit. We got a little bit in Brooklyn for sure. And it was when I woke up, it was there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the last one where I got so upset.
Well, yeah.
It gives me anxiety. You know what I mean? It gives
It's
me
like, do I have
anxiety.
to go in? Do I not?
Right.
yeah.
Like, do I get
yeah.
to sit comfortably on this couch or not? Like, I need answers. And when I wake up anticipating a lot of snow and then there's nothing or these just flurries,
Yeah.
it's like someone's messing with my emotions.
Yeah, no, I totally feel like, and like I have like a really long commute. Like, so for me, it's like by the time I get to work, that's when it's going to be like, oh shit, it's getting bad. Like, I need to like leave.
I'm gonna
and
turn
it's-
this around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to the couch.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I'm not. Like, why am I getting up for this to like turn back around to like come back, and then it's gonna be a disaster trying to get back. It's just-
Exactly.
Nope.
That's what vacation days were made for.
Exactly.
Like,
Or work from home.
yeah.
Send,
work.
Send
Work from
power
home, work from
emails
home.
between 11
Dude.
and 3, and then
Yeah.
you don't do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I send
Nope.
up little beacons. I'll call my boss like maybe once to let him know that I'm kind of not really doing anything, but you know, act like I'm doing something. But yeah, I don't know. Do
No,
you
I
guys
was like, I was mentally prepared, like,
Yeah.
already. Like, I like braved the snow, went in, and it was really good. It was lucrative because
Really?
where my job
Yeah.
is like located, it's like at the bottom of like the W Hotel, so snow days
yeah.
are like people are like, oh shit, I'm not leaving the hotel.
Snow days, the
Great.
holidays.
Yes,
Give me that money.
absolutely. Well, then I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
can't
happy
be.
to go in, and it was just like, you know, it wasn't even like it was like all the snow like one day, and then like Did you guys notice? It's like
It's
gone.
almost completely
Years,
melted. Yeah.
no snow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Now it's like, what the fuck?
Never happened.
I'm wearing my snow
It's-
boots for puddles.
Never
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like I
It's
wore my
big-ass
snow
bums, yeah.
boots, and the next day I had my snow boots on again, and I was like, I don't need these motherfuckers.
Well, I have on my Timbs right now, and I was like, if I go to a bar later and someone doesn't let me in because I have on my Timbs, I'll be like, there's snowing or
Yeah.
snow outside. It's like, no, there's really not.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not gonna.
Not now.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, because 57 degrees today. It was like beautiful and sunny. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
no,
fuck?
It
Is
is.
it spring already? Someone told me it was spring.
It is.
Well,
it
yeah.
was
the snow-
spring
the
for like
snowstorm-
2 days. Yeah.
the snowstorm, that was the first day of spring.
That's some
Holy-
bullshit.
That was the technicality. Was like we had this like nor'easter, but it's the first day of
Because it
spring.
felt like
Yeah.
Christmas. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It, felt
It was
like Christmas.
gorgeous.
It was great.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
It
was
Times
gorgeous.
Square with the snow.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
But it can go
No, it
away
was.
now. It doesn't have to. You know.
But yeah,
I'm
no,
so
and it
over the
did.
snow.
It did. It's gone.
It's gone.
So
It could really fuck
over
off
the
and never
snow.
come back for another 6 months. That would do. That
See,
really help us out.
That's what like made
Yeah.
me happy. Was just like, you know what? We're not probably gonna hopefully see snow until like December.
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Like we got like time now.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you know,
Just,
that's what
like,
we think.
enjoy.
Cross your fucking fingers, Rodney. God damn it.
Sometimes the snow.
Yeah, we'll
falls
get
down.
two-
Only June.
You know, but I basically
Sometimes the sun goes round.
Let me tell
the
you right now,
moon.
Is
if
this
it
a song?
snows
I don't know
in
this
June,
song.
I'm gonna be fucking
Is
pissed.
this a song? I
Hell
don't know
yeah.
this song.
Vanessa
Yeah.
Williams, get into it.
Who's Vanessa Williams? I don't know. I'm out
Who's
of the
Vanessa
loop. I don't know. I'm
Williams?
sorry.
You're so white
I
right
don't
now.
know.
Vanessa Williams.
She was
wait,
a Miss
we gotta
America. She was
start.
the
We
gotta
first
start
black
from the
Miss
top.
America.
First black Miss
Okay.
America.
Also went to Syracuse
Nice.
University.
But got
Holla.
dethroned from
Orange
Miss
Man.
America because
For
she
his
posed
nudie
for Playboy.
pictures.
Yeah.
She did. Oh, me likey.
Yeah.
Let's get a
Most
pop
people
up of
know
that.
her. They don't know her music. They know her for that.
Yeah.
Get a pop up of the.
She's also a very talented actress,
Very talented.
and
Yeah.
she was married to Rick
Rick
Fox.
Fox.
Tell
Yeah.
me more about the nude
Married
photos.
to Rick Fox.
you could stop at the nudies.
We're there. Yeah, no.
He's like, I'm already on board. You said
Right.
nudes.
You had me at nude photos.
It's
These
like
are nude photos in the 80s, so like back your mind
Oh
up.
shit! So there was a
Right.
bush.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely a bush.
We're talking about full
There's
bush.
a safari down there. You need a fucking SUV to get through that. I don't know.
Weed whacker.
Yeah, we Machete. Who's the guy? Who's the guy in Machete? Who's the main guy in Machete?
Oh.
He's
Is
the
that
man.
the Mexican guy with the long hair?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, yeah.
Get
I
through
hear
that
he's
shit.
really nice in person.
He looks like the nicest guy
I
ever.
hear he's like really nice.
He's
It's
probably the
possible,
man.
but I still feel like if I ever got stuck in an elevator with him, I might shit my pants.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I'm definitely
oh,
holding my bag a little closer.
Rodney's Rodney, I'm like, I might blow the guy. I love that guy. All right? You know who I heard is a dick? Jackie Chan. I heard Jackie Chan's like
I can see
Really?
that.
super drug addict, cocaine.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I
Jackie
did not hear
Chan.
this.
No, I'm
I've never
kidding. I
heard
made
that.
that up. I made that up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was terrible.
Straight starting rumors.
I know, but I had to.
At least it wasn't stereotypical, though. At least he wasn't like, you know what? I heard
would
Jackie Chan's
see?
really good at math. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who would
I'm
ima-
so glad I
wait,
didn't fall for it. Like,
you
I
see
knew it. And I was like,
We're
oh,
all
I never heard
shocked.
that.
Like, what? Jackie
He
Chan.
seems like a saint.
Drugs,
Like
Yeah, he
we're
does.
talking about Jesus Christ, Mother Teresa, and Jackie
Jackie Chan,
Jackie
yeah.
Chan. He's
Jackie
like
Chan.
Evil Knievel of our time, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
is.
no.
He totally is.
Holy shit! This guy's like, "Yeah, watch this fucking guy over here. He's gonna break some
Your
shit."
face is gonna be like on a poster.
It's like,
this guy.
Not
Marissa,
permitted.
don't bring that guy back.
Dude, they got security here. Yeah, this
Like, yeah, the security
Oh,
here
don't even
is,
get
like,
us started.
intense.
I
I
didn't
put
know
my
if they were gonna
drugs
let
in
me
my
in
sock.
because my ID is expired, and I was like, I'm gonna have to call them, and I'm gonna have to go home like a club, like I'm under 21 again. You won't let me in.
your mom come
It's
down.
like,
Pick me up.
no, it's like I feel like it takes us 15 minutes to get in here every single time. It's crazy.
That's why I was late.
And I was just
actually.
like, have you been here before?
Like last
I'm here every
Friday.
week.
I
the
saw you
Friday-
last week, Brad. How's the family?
Guys, I actually have a funny
It's sometimes
story.
in here twice a week, and they still don't know who the fuck I am. Like,
Oh,
But
they
shout
still
out
give
to
you
the
shit?
cleaning people though, because they helped us out. They got us here.
They did. And they gave me these butterscotch
They did.
candies too. They're Yeah,
That means they gave
amazing
us
butter.
the
Yeah,
butter
yeah,
chicken.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, thanks.
no, but yeah, I don't know. We were talking about you're talking about 21 being 21 and getting denied.
Yeah.
I was all right. This is just a quick story.
Okay.
I was 20. I was 20, and I was turning 21 in 2 weeks, and I was going to this concert, and it was like 21 and up, and I was meeting this girl who was 2 years older than me. She was a senior. She was a senior when I was just going into junior year. She was like the hottest girl in school, and I ran into her one night at this gas station with my friends, and I was like, what are you doing? And she gave me her number, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet this girl. She's so hot, like holy shit. She's like, meet me by the flagpole, and I get this wristband with my fake ID and everything, and then I had my friend's ID, and this lady asked me what my middle name was, and I couldn't tell the middle name. It was like Orion or something, and I was like, fuck. And so they took my ID, and they snapped off my wristband, and then I was holding a beer, and I was walking over to the flagpole to meet this chick, and I was with my other friend, and she had her friend, and we were gonna, meet up. And I was so pumped, and this cop snagged me and threw me in the paddy wagon, made my mom fucking come pick me up.
Oh, that's
2 weeks before I was 21. It was the worst thing. I started crying. I was like, I was going to meet this hot chick from you tonight. Oh, it was terrible.
Did she
It
still
was the
talk
worst.
to you afterwards? I mean, I feel like
She
if
can't
a
look
guy
me in
gets
the eye.
arrested.
Oh, no,
like,
I never
feel like
talked to
that
her
would
ever
make me
again. No, it was over. It was a wrap. Yeah.
The hot girl.
I
you
told her
never-
I got
or
into a
your
big
mom?
fight. I was like, I beat the shit out of some guy. He threw me out because I was too much of a threat to, no.
Oh shit.
I was like, I forgot. I made up some dumb shit that, But yeah, it was embarrassing. I might as well have, like, I don't know. It was a terrible story. But yeah, it was. I feel like they should give people slack like 2
They
weeks
should. 2
before.
weeks,
Come
yeah.
on.
Come
I
on
had to
now.
stop using my fake ID around 2 weeks, maybe like 2 months though before. Yeah, it was 2 months because they were raiding a bunch of bars at Syracuse, and then they were writing you up in the newspaper, and I was not trying to do that. And my ID was this rather large woman from Florida named Tiffany. And whenever I would give it to someone and they question me, I'm like, I know I lost a lot of
Yeah,
weight.
I
I worked
know.
hard to
Yeah.
lose that weight.
Then they can't
I
catch
look
it.
great, and then they feel bad, and then let me in. But
They
it didn't
can't
work
say
on the last
shit.
time.
Yeah.
The last guy was like, "This ain't you,
Hold on,
Tiffany," and sent me home.
I never
Shit.
had a fake ID.
Mine is.
Um,
I still
but-
have. That's my 16-year-old picture.
You still have your fake ID? That's hilarious.
No, not my fake ID. That's when I was 16 or 15 years old.
They don't update.
they didn't update your picture.
No, yeah, you have to wait until your IDs expire and then they update your picture.
Well, how
But they
old
never
are you?
updated my picture. That was when I got my permit.
I'll find out now. I'm looking at your.
I'm
Oh.
28.
How old are you?
Dara's like,
28.
okay.
Yeah,
Scotch.
Wait, they haven't updated your picture
Right?
since you were 28.
That doesn't.
Oh,
No,
since I was
since he was
16.
16 and
and
he's
you're
28
now.
years old.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Because
Some
you
people look real
definitely
different.
don't look like that picture.
I know. I look great in that picture.
You look
You look
great in
great
that
in that
picture. But that's not you right now.
You all said at the same time. You're like, "Ah, yeah." Just not at all the same. Like 100 more pounds. Like,
That was
fucking-
a boy. You are a man now.
Yeah.
You
Right,
are a
you are
man.
couple more
you're definitely a
chins.
man now.
Yeah.
So like in like high school and college, like I never had a fake ID. But I don't know how long the laws work, so let me word this correctly. So had I had a fake ID, it wouldn't have been really fake for the fact that I may or may not have or known people that were able to change the dates on a real ID.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
The chalked.
It's shocking. Like we had
Oh, yeah.
shocking back in that
Shocking.
era.
Perhaps
I
these
chalked
people
mine.
existed.
And perhaps these people
Oh, yeah.
might have existed, or perhaps I
the
might
old New
have,
York
or it
ID?
might have not been one of these people. And perhaps if I were or were not one of these people, would have charged people to do such a thing, and that
Alleged.
allegedly,
This is a
And-
hypothesis.
this is if
How
I were
would you have
if,
done
if
a
I
fake
would
ID?
have done it, if I would have done it, and then I would have done it for an entire group of people, so that all of it would have matched, so that when we did or did not get rated, all of it would have been the same. So then some of us might or might not have avoided jail time because 20 IDs matched and 4 did not. So pay for your IDs, people, is what I'm trying to say.
Hey, yes. Oh my God, that is great.
Right.
Was it
No,
the
'cause
New York-
Art
I have
class
a fake
comes
ID
in
story.
handy, or it might not come in handy.
was it the New York? Was it the New York IDs?
My-
The old
Yeah,
New York IDs?
yeah.
Those textured ones, you could just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there was also the code on the bottom. So like the problem was people thought like, oh, you just had to change the year on the top, but the year was also embedded in the code on the bottom. But you needed to know that.
Pro.
Look,
Oh.
my first fake ID said
Bro.
BMV instead of DMV. But since it was California, it was a California state, I just told people it was Borough of Motor Vehicles. And, people don't know. I don't know if the Department of Motor Vehicles around there. Yeah, it worked.
Oh my God.
BMV. And when they were
No.
like, why does it say BMV? Borough of Motor Vehicles. They'd be
Okay.
like,
Oh, okay.
So let me tell you what happened, how stupid I was when it comes to fake ID
Do
situations.
tell.
I was 23 and was living in LA. And I lost my wallet with like my ID, my social security, everything in it, right? So then I went down to MacArthur Park. No,
Classic.
MacArthur Park, right. If you like go down there like in LA, like people are just walking around like ID, social ID. And like you could give these people money and they will give you an ID and a social security like number. Like I paid them
Oh,
like,
like a
flat rate.
forgery?
Well, see, here's the whole thing. I told him I was like, look, here's my real social security number. I need a fake ID with my real social security number on it, and a fake ID with my picture.
Okay.
And they gave me that. And so then, like, I took, like, my fake ID, my fake social security number, like, and I, like, sent that to get my birth certificate, like, and I, like, figured it all out.
Okay.
Right. But my stupid ass went to Mexico with my friends.
With your fake?
With my fake ID.
Oh my fucking.
your
I went to
God.
Tijuana, was hanging out,
What? You
and
got
then on my way back, I got detained.
Shut
Because
Well, yeah, dude.
they're like, this is not a real ID. Who are you? Like,
It's like, but that's
I'm
me.
like, but that's me. It's my picture. I'm an American.
They're like, yeah, right. Yeah, right, Pablo.
Oh my
Yeah, right,
Yes.
Pablo.
I
Back
spent
to
like
the-
fucking 4 hours like in between like waiting in between the border, like trying to
my
So
cross
you
over
didn't
the
bring your
border.
real ID at all.
It was lost. In order for me to get the real ID, I had to get like I showed
But
I
you
like
damn hell we're not
'Cause
gonna miss
if-
out
if-
Mexico trip. Hell no.
Well, no, because I lost my wallet that had like my ID and my social security card in it.
Okay.
So I got a fake social security card with my real
Number.
social security number on it. And in order for you to get like a birth certificate, I sent a copy of that. Oh shit. All on there.
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly. Allegedly.
If I were to go to Mexico.
If I were to go to
I
Mexico.
lost my
Were
wallet.
to try to
If
get a
this
birth
story is
certificate.
really true, if I haven't just drank a bottle of vodka,
Factually, because it's right there.
hey,
Actual.
It's actual.
It was the Red
factual.
Bull. It was the Red Bull.
Oh,
Yeah.
Svedka.
Red Bull, turn him up.
hello.
Svedka. I've had bad times with Svedka. I don't want to go there. Yeah, it's so easy to drink. I feel like it's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good
Smooth.
yeah, it's smooth.
It's
enough.
smooth.
But a
Too
head
smooth.
changer.
Too smooth.
Yeah.
I drink
Yeah.
vodka like water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, you don't get the hangovers. Because, like, if I drink, like, whiskey, I get, like, a crazy
See,
hangover.
it's the exact opposite
But-
with me.
Oh, really? Because, like,
Yeah.
the dark liquors are supposed to give you a hangover because, like, they don't distill it as much, so it has more impurities, so it's supposed to give you more of a hangover.
With the ones that have a lot of sugar content, yeah, absolutely. I guess
Yeah.
I've just conditioned myself to Jameson, so I don't feel the hangover. But if I have a lot of
J-Mo?
vodka,
Yeah.
that's how I. And I had another I had some whiskey last night. I can't remember what it was, but I have no hangover. Another trick for that. though.
Bullet?
No, it was something. It starts with an L.
I don't know.
It was my friend brought it over like for a holiday party, and I'm like, yeah, why not? But it was a good one. It was a good one. It's like Lamberger. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know
But
whiskeys.
in order to avoid any hangover, use apple cider vinegar or Bragg's.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like just like what after you finish drinking?
When you're
Hold
done
up.
drinking, like
We
completely
have-
wasted.
On tape, the
Yeah.
The cure. for
Yeah.
hangover.
Yeah, this shit's legit.
All right.
So you just take like a glass of water and just like maybe like I don't know, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and just drink it. You want to avoid your teeth because the vinegar
Acidic,
will
yeah.
will break down your enamel of your teeth. But if you just take that like right before you go to sleep.
A shot or a tablespoon?
Like a
Both,
table.
but make sure you dilute it because it burns. Like
Yeah.
I take it straight sometimes, but it's better especially when you're drunk, to just do it with water.
Like the hang. I wake up and you could feel it sometimes. I don't really get the headache. I just get like the.
I don't like the
And I
nauseous
just, like-
feeling. I just don't like to wake
I've
up feeling
never-
like I drank.
I've never puked hangover. Well, I've puked one time, and it was when my older sister gave me some fucking weird supplement. She's like a health nut, and she
Okay.
owns like a
Yeah.
health group with her husband. And she gave me some shit, and next thing I know, I was puking, and she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, don't take it on an empty stomach." I'm like, "Fuck!" I just puked for like 10 minutes.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
fuck.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
puked from the hall,
Usually, I
Yeah.
just
the alk.
like lay back and watch TV and smoke a few.
I've definitely like puked like during drinking, and I've definitely like puked in a hangover. But like, I feel like my major problem is like if I'm doing shots, like I'm gonna
Oh.
throw up eventually.
Well, yeah, shots are like they're not a. Dara now can't do shots.
Yeah,
I feel like
my
that's like a
old me
mature-
could do
Yeah.
shots.
Oh, shots
back
all
in the
day.
day.
Dude,
Shots
like,
all
if
day.
you're drinking a lot of beer, if you're drinking like a lot of beer and then you're drinking shots, it's
Yeah,
a bad
it's a bad
mixture.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
it's
bad
good for
thing.
I feel
trouble.
like shots
Yeah.
are not good in general, though. Like I just can't.
I'm gonna stop
I
you
like,
there.
I like to sip on
No,
my
it's-
alcohol.
I like to
Yeah.
sip on my alcohol. If we get something like like a bourbon or something, like, and I get it neat, and I'm like sipping, that's one thing. But
I
it's
get
not
it
like
all on the rocks.
a shot. Like
It's a good one.
you're just kind of asking for it at that point. I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're asking for it exactly.
I don't.
Exactly.
I wanna
Give it to me.
Yeah, come on.
Give it to me.
What?
Give me that sweet stuff.
Yeah, I want that.
Stop.
That sweet, sweet juice.
Gordon.
No! Whoa!
What kind of juicy talking, Gordon? What kind of juice? Huh, baby?
The alcohol juice.
The alcohol
It's
juice. That's what everyone
sunshine.
calls it.
Sunshine juice.
I got something to get you drunk on.
It's like Rodney's sunshine juice. No, that's a drink right there. You should brand that.
Oh, it
man.
is. We'll fuck you up, okay?
It is. It's potent.
That's Rodney
Do
Jello.
not operate heavy machinery or yeah.
Yo, Jello shots. Like I had a couple of those
Oh.
in St. Patty's Day.
You didn't bring them over here.
They will fuck you up.
I tried
No.
snorting a Jello shot with my uncle one time. He was just like,
Why would you
Snort
snort a Jello?
a
You
Jello
gotta, you
shot.
gotta, you gotta chop it up. You gotta chop up the Jello because the
Like
Jello is too fun.
cocaine?
Yeah. Because if you just try snorting it out of the thing, it's too.
Too
You
thick.
have to stir it up either, or you have to chop it up.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know you could snort alcohol. Can you do that to
Oh,
thing?
you can. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can snort anything, Rodney.
Some people do.
I've had a shot up my nose of alcohol, and it is very painful.
And very awesome.
And I was just super drunk because it went right to my brain.
It goes straight to the dome. It's
Yeah,
great.
but I was also like 16. So
People are also
yeah,
doing
16, 17,
like
whatever.
vodka
Poofing.
tampons.
Yeah, poofing it.
Which I don't know about that.
I thought you were saying which I'm all
There-
for.
No,
Which
no,
I don't
no.
see a problem with.
I've heard it up the vag. I've heard it up the butt.
But yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
I just feel like,
Between
especially with the
toes?
vag, alcohol down there
What do you
is
mean
a drying
between toes?
agent, and I'm not trying to dry anything out down there. I just feel like that's something that people need to think about.
Wait, so
Yeah,
I can
and he-
soak
yeah.
a tampon with vodka and then put it in my
and
butt?
then
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you'll
then-
be fucked up, dog.
Yeah.
And then you get like
That's
but
how
I
people
don't
in, like,
understand how you
rehab
get
do it.
drunk.
Because it doesn't
So
go.
they
It doesn't
don't,
break
like, smell it. on
break
their breath.
down through like the
digestive.
digestive
It goes
system.
straight to your bloodstream.
Goes straight to your ass.
It gets absorbed,
I mean,
like
your
the,
head.
like lotion on your skin.
Right.
It's
Ass head.
absorbed. It goes straight into your shit.
Like I don't,
Straight
but
to
like
the
I would
fucking-
think
Straight to
that
your
like
shit,
but like I would think like a vodka tampon would like burn. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
you'd
Exactly.
think. But you know what? I don't think it would.
Have you
You
had
had a
tampons
vag-
up your
You're like,
vagina,
Gordy, it sounds like you've done this before.
It's like, so Gordon, tell me more about your vagina.
Yeah.
I'll tell you more. I mean, what? Are you talking about post-op or pre-op or what are we talking about? What are we doing?
Oh,
Designer
whatever you
vaginas is
got.
what they're called.
Yeah.
I've been
It's
watching too much Netflix.
The Louis vagina. Like,
I was gonna say, right? Do you like pick it out like when you're like designing it?
You definitely do.
You
Kind of.
I'm gonna want the curtains to go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of do.
Or the
Like,
I don't
do you,
know.
like-
they take the scrotum skin. They like take
Oh,
everything
here
off.
we go.
Oh, here we go.
we're going in. We are
I
going
don't have
in.
to.
Yeah,
No,
I love
no.
Are we
it.
here? Are we already here?
Come a
canceling
chameleon.
I love it.
They like tear all of the skin off, but they keep like the top knob head part so that
Like,
they
it's
can
like
create a
clit.
clitoris.
Yeah, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And they remove the shaft, and then they take the scrotum skin, and then they create like a cave into the new woman, and then they take the scrotum skin and then they put it inside, and it adheres to the skin that's
Already
been newly
there.
yeah
That's
yeah
Right.
And
And then you have spacers.
and then you have
What do they
spacers.
do
Yeah,
with
and
the
then
balls, though?
That's the
That's the
scrotum
scrotum.
skin.
Trash.
yeah.
No, they
Trash
keep
can.
the skin for a few.
No,
like,
he,
No, the
you
balls,
mean
the
like the
actual
actual
meat.
oh, like the
balls?
testes.
The
Testes.
meat.
I think you put them in a jar and you put them on your
You
shelf.
donate them. Yeah,
Yeah.
You, put
You
'em on
make
yourself.
earrings out of them.
Yeah.
These are my testes earrings.
Dude, those. Yeah.
Testify.
Yeah. Or
Business plan. Write it down.
Oh my God!
Let's go to the
Those
Diamonds
are your
Thailand
church
right now.
earrings.
I
Or
know
you
I
make-
can
you
get
get
a
a-
surplus of balls. Let's
get
do
a
it.
fondue.
Gold-plated church earrings.
get a fondue bowl.
I used to
invite
be
some
a
friends
dick.
over.
So good. Oh, good.
Yo, that's
Roast them
crazy.
over an
Oh,
open fire
God.
on Christmas. I don't know.
Did you know
Those
that
are
dogs have
chestnuts.
nudicles? You can implant dog nudicle, like testicles.
Wait, what? You give them back to
No.
the dog?
Yeah.
You're like, here you go. You are a good boy. Such a good boy.
Yeah. Like you
Give
get
me
your
balls back.
chihuahua like
Balls?
knockers if you want.
Dude, give it.
Yeah, it's a thing. I saw
Like,
it in LA.
Does it
Why?
like
Real
I've
dog.
I've seen
Real
it.
dog.
Wait, did you
huh?
say I saw it in
But
in
why
Yeah,
LA?
like
you-
he was like, look, my dog has fake balls.
But
But like, why would
Wait.
you do that?
Wait, are they
For their
implants?
self-esteem.
Oh, you mean the implants? They're implants. I thought you meant they like reconnect them. I thought you meant they reconnect them. They're like a plastic nut.
It's a plastic ball.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
meant it was like
Did they put inside
reattached
Oh,
and
it's a
shit.
plastic ball.
Any
sitting outside
dog.
the
Any dog. And you can pick your
They
size.
just throw a couple things. It also makes them look, other dogs respect them more.
symmetrical?
Other dogs respect them much more. They're like, oh, this guy.
It's like, look
he
at the
knows his dog.
cojones on that chihuahua.
Yeah, no, that's the first thing
Hi,
they look at.
puppy.
You think they're smelling your butt? No, they're looking as they're getting a peek at the undercarriage.
They're-
Those dogs.
They're
They're
nuts.
looking.
Nope. I have a girl dog. she's
snooping.
chilling.
They are snooping.
Nudicles for her.
But
They're
like-
called nudicles.
Dude, but
Do you
girl
like your-
dogs,
Yeah, have a
bleed.
period. Yeah.
they bleed all over the fucking
She's
furniture and
fixed.
shit.
She's fixed. And when they're
Spaded.
fixed,
Womanhood.
spaded.
spade that shit.
Spade.
You gotta spade the fuck
Wait,
out of
And
dogs
so,
get
like, she
neutered.
Spade her like a
stopped-
garden.
Yeah.
she
And then
gets
she
spayed.
stops like bleeding.
Yeah, they don't have periods now because of that. Like she doesn't
Nice.
bleed, and because like she's never like had like puppies or anything. Like she's just. She's got a
How
little-
does she
What kind
feel
of
about
dogs
that?
do you
She's
have?
tiny.
How does she feel about it?
So. Tiny
She's like,
little
"Daddy,
bit.
I need to get
we
ready
don't
with
give
your
a shit. we don't care. No.
She's a miniature pinscher and Pomeranian mix.
Oh my
hell
god,
yeah.
she sounds adorable.
She is
I have
adorable.
I have a cockapoo.
Oh yeah.
My mom and dad have a
Oh.
cockapoo. I don't live at home, but I consider
See, that's
it
the
my
whole
dog.
thing. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I have a dog," but like it's like with their family. My
Yeah,
dog,
I
my
never
dog
see
lives
it.
with me. I walk that bitch every day.
Yeah,
Like,
She's like, who you
I've
calling
never.
a bitch, bitch?
I've
oh, she
always,
knows she's a bitch.
I've
She
always.
got into that trash, ate that McDonald's that my roommates left, okay, and shit all over the room.
Oh.
Yeah, G, I'm putting you on blast.
That's what you're supposed to do. It's usually what happens when you have McDonald's. You can't get too mad at her.
It works for humans and dogs, right? Fuck.
Dude, no, but yeah,
I know.
I don't
That's
know.
the worst wake up to a shit bomb.
I've
though.
never picked up any dog shit. I always made my sisters do it. I would always be like, nah, not once.
How many sisters do you have?
It's 2.
How
Do
long
you
have
have
you
any
had
brothers?
this dog?
I've had dogs my whole
You
life.
never
ever since
picked
I
up
grew
dogs?
You've never
shit?
picked up shit.
No, I always made
Are
them
you
do
gonna Are you gonna change your baby's diaper?
it. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna have a baby.
So that's a no.
Well, no, I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm thinking
Well, do
about.
you raw dog it?
Of course,
Hey,
who uses condoms?
Because we were talking about that last segment, and raw dogging.
Dude, nobody. No, kidding.
You don't use condoms.
No, I'm
Okay,
joking.
so it's a baby in your future somewhere then.
Now, maybe, I hope not.
It's okay to say that you don't plan on changing the diaper.
It's okay to say that you raw dog.
Well, hey, a human diaper is what your child is one thing, all right? I don't feel like scraping a big pile of shit off the sidewalk.
I
on Fifth
feel
Ave.
you. If it wasn't hugely frowned upon,
And
for
if
me
I
to say
could-
it out
I mean,
loud, I would be like, I
if
ain't
it's
changing.
really
I've
frowned
never
upon.
changed a
And
diaper.
if
I
you
don't plan on
could,
changing
if
one
you
until I
had
have
the
a baby.
ability to talk a sibling into doing it, wouldn't you? Right? Yeah, of course,
I'm not-
course. The
I'm-
answer
I
is
do have to
absolutely.
say-
the answer is
You're
yes.
not doing that shit. Like you're blackmailing my fucking. I'm blackmailing my sister until she picks that shit
I
up.
do
yeah.
have to
There
admit
it is.
though, with the snow on the ground, then my dog takes a little.
Oh
poo,
yeah, it
like I
disappears.
just just throw a little snow over it.
Oh yeah, whatever. It's nothing.
Didn't happen.
No, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that.
Oh,
Oh no.
She's like, I hate you.
I do. I do.
Because one day that snow is gonna thaw,
I do.
and that foot is gonna be on a poo.
I've walked friends' dog. I've walked my friends' dogs though before. Like, can you just take it out for a quick walk? Shits, you don't have to pick. Don't just keep going. I'm like, all right. And I don't pick it up. It's not my dog. I'm sorry.
I feel like everybody's looking at
Like,
you.
yeah,
though.
yeah. I keep looking. Hey, it's not my dog. I didn't buy this shit. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I'm just doing somebody
I'm
a favor.
over 28. I've been 28 years. I've never picked up a dog turd. I'm not gonna start.
It's
right
not
now.
that
I've never
difficult.
changed a baby's diaper, so I'm with
I've
you.
never
neither.
changed a
Changed a
baby
diaper?
No,
Me
I've
neither.
never
For
changed a
what?
diaper.
No.
What?
No.
You changed
Why?
a diaper?
Several.
Ew.
I've never
What?
changed a
I've
never
diaper.
changed
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
My
well,
friend asked me if I wanted to change her son's
I'm gonna
diaper. I
change
was
your
like,
own damn baby.
Why?
You think I woke up this morning
Yeah.
wanting to change your son's? No,
Oh.
that's a hard no.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that shit. It looks
Yeah.
like corn. It looks
goes
disgusting.
up the
They don't
back
have normal
sometimes.
shit.
Is that-
It's gross.
I've never
This is
even
why I do wear
babysat.
condoms. Yeah,
It's
fuck
not
that
that
Yeah,
bad.
I've never
I was
babysat.
like a professional.
He's like listening to Bob Marley or something. Like, I do not.
I was a professional. I was a babysitter, and like I grew up
I
with
was a
like
babysitter too.
with like
Yeah,
you
but they were
know
grown.
I grew up with like kids like
No, yeah.
like
Oh.
babies like kind of like
Yeah,
in the
no.
house like cousins and shit.
Oh, so that's nice. It's
yeah,
like a big
it's
family.
like I have like a yeah.
I'm the
somewhat.
youngest. I don't have any nieces or nephews.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in, I'm very happy for my friends and their babies. That's your baby. And
Like-
you changed. to
In my
babies.
family, like
I'm very happy for them.
But you never just-
But I like to like wake and bake and drink during
Yeah,
the day.
yeah.
You know, you can't do that with a
Is
baby.
that why
It's
you're
frowned
winking
upon.
at me right now? No.
Wake and bake.
So that's where you guys were.
Wake and bake.
But like my family, like the youngest behind me is like 10 years younger than me. So it's kind of like you're not gonna give a baby
too.
to a 10-year-old. So like I never had to babysit anybody. And then like all of my friends are kind of like, yeah, you're not maternal.
You hate children. My little sister's 10 years younger than me too.
Yeah.
10
and,
years.
and it's just kind of like, yeah, do you want to hold the baby?
Get that shit away from me. I'll punt that thing.
I'm
No.
always punting babies.
Yeah, punt
It's
baby.
like-
it's a crime apparently. I don't
That's-
know. You're not
yeah,
allowed
they
to
don't like
do
when you
it.
punt dogs.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm
Or
cool
babies.
until it starts
Or cats.
crying or shitting or doing
Cats should
shit.
be on that
Dude.
list.
Like
Cats. I can't
cats
do
are the worst.
Hey. My cat Fizzy Champagne is the best thing that this earth
Oh,
has ever
yeah,
seen.
here we go. Here we go.
I forgot
Better
about
than a lot of
Fizzy
people's
Champagne.
babies, I'll tell her that.
Yeah, well, all right. I'll
She's
second that.
amazing.
I will
might
jump
take
on
a-
that. Jump on that boat.
I don't know. I might take a baby before a cat.
Oh, what?
Damn.
Yeah.
It's like
I love
getting
that.
a parrot.
I
That's
love
like a
Fizzy
parrot.
Champagne in the house with no lights
You
on. No one's
realize-
gonna be mad at that. Okay,
You
If I did that
realize
with a baby.
babies eventually start talking and have an opinion.
So do parrots.
Yeah, but I'm allergic to cats.
And parrots last 90 years. And parrots are annoying as
Right,
shit.
you're like, at
So
least
are
I'm not gonna be
kids.
sneezing and
Yeah.
itchy.
It's like at least a baby, I know it's my DNA. I'm not gonna be allergic to this shit. Like a cat, it's gonna be like, oh shit, that thing rubbed against me. I've got 15 minutes to get to the hospital.
Oh, dude, I'm allergic as fuck to cats. Yeah, no, I don't. mess
Yeah,
around
I don't
with cats
fuck around
one
with
bit.
cats.
No.
I am too, but
I
I,
don't
had
fuck with
I had
cats.
2 cats for like 3 years, something like that.
And you were allergic?
Yeah.
Wow.
They
They,
said
like,
I was
set my
allergic to
allergies
dogs,
off,
but
like-
I've been killing it with dogs my whole life. But I mean, I've been growing
But
up.
you don't pick up poop.
He's
no, of
allergic to
course
the
not.
poop.
I'm not a dog. I'm not. But I'm not.
Well, that's the
I'm
thing,
I
though.
cuddle with these guys. I have a
The
soul.
allergens are in the poo, the urine, and the dander. So like
Dander.
you can if you're allergic to a dog and you can like avoid like the
It's
poo and
another
the
trigger.
like, yeah, like you and the dander. Like that's why like hypoallergenic dogs like it's because they don't have dander. But if you were to touch the poo or the urine, you're going to have allergic reaction. But you can touch the dog itself because it doesn't have like the same dander. It's like dandruff. It's not
My
like
dog-
animal dander.
I have dandruff. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I have dandruff.
Like you
use
have
head
dander,
and
so your
shoulders.
dog drift. Like
No, I my dog is hypoallergenic.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's why you're not having a reaction. Because like I'm allergic to dogs, but like my dog was a Shih Tzu, which was also like a hyperallergenic dog. But like if I had to like pick up the poo, I'm like sneezing like crazy, and like if it like went on the wee wee pad, like my sneezing, eyes watering. But like the dog could sit on me forever, and I wouldn't have a problem. But it's like the pee and the poo that I was actually allergic to.
That's a good excuse. That's the next excuse I'm gonna use next time someone wants
That
me
you're
to pick up
allergic to
dog
the poo.
shit.
That should, yeah, that should
Yeah.
be
Like,
the-
I
dog,
mean,
I'm
I-
allergic. All right, yeah, no.
It's like I'm sorry, allergic to dog poo.
Break out
sorry.
in hives. It's a big deal.
It's like I'm
I'm
allergic to shoveling.
so sorry.
Yeah, I'm allergic.
Just shovel
Yeah,
I'm allergic-
shoveling
yeah.
is the worst.
Yo,
Shoveling.
you know what I do like?
I've never shoveled. I wasn't allowed growing up.
I like
Snow? Really?
Yeah, one of my mom's friends
Yeah,
died. when
we
she
would have
was-
the men. My dad would be like, "Get
she
your
wouldn't
ass
let
up."
me.
Dude, I loved salting. I'm
Yeah.
a salt kind of guy. I'll salt. That's so therapeutic. Just salting. I fucking salt. I helped some guy. I was waiting for my train the other day. I fucking helped some worker guy salt a bunch. It was good stuff.
See, my
I
dad's a
did.
military guy. I had to shovel and then salt.
Well,
It's like by that time I was salting, I was like, I just want this shit to be over.
salting's like
I'm
putting the
over
icing
that.
on the cake. It's the funnest part, dude. You get to the salt, you just fucking like throwing fairy
No,
dust on
yeah.
shit. Yeah. No effort at all.
None of it was fun.
I
I know. I'm allergic. I hate shoveling.
Oh yeah, fuck. No, I'm like, I'm a salt. You shovel. I'm
I
do
hate
this.
cutting grass too.
They wouldn't let me do that either.
I'm allergic to grass.
I'm allergic to grass.
Yeah, I'm allergic to grass. Oh shit, let me jump on
No,
this
like,
wagon.
legit.
Let me
I
jump on
have,
this
like-
wagon.
Yeah, no, I'm like
No,
legit
legit.
allergic
For the
to
record,
grass.
it's on
Yeah.
But no, have you ever been? My dad used to force me to still do that shit. Like, oh, you're not that allergic.
You're not that allergic.
Get out here.
Hello.
You know,
So agreeing that
it
you're
was the
allergic.
90s.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they didn't even know about grass
Right,
allergy.
it wasn't even like,
Like
People
my
thought
parents
you'd be like
would
Bubble
still, like,
Boy.
like you're just like being dramatic.
Yeah,
You know,
Bubble
like,
Boy. You're, what's that?
No, I'm dying.
That John Travolta wasn't it John Travolta in
No,
Bubble
no.
Boy?
Oh wait, maybe it was. There was an original Bubble
like
Boy.
like in the
and then there-
70s.
Then there was like October Sky. That guy who was in October, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was
Yeah.
another Bubble
Oh,
Boy.
that was like the 90s Bubble Boy. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was so retarded. That movie was so dumb. I'm sorry.
Donnie Darko.
Johnny Darko. That was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Totally was a good movie.
I remember there was like a couple months where I was obsessed with that movie.
Oh, I think everybody
My
was for a
mushroom
minute.
phase, you know.
Uh,
Did I just see a wormhole? I was like, oh.
So now, did you guys hear that Cynthia Nixon from Sex and the City is running for governor?
I did.
New York
I
City
did
governor.
when I saw that she was at
New York
Utica,
State.
Utica train stop, and I was like, why is she there? And I realized that she was doing her opening campaign in Brownsville, which is so
Yeah.
interesting. What's your face, Marissa, is saying so much.
Many, my face
And
often
nothing at
says
all.
many things.
Uh-huh.
I lack a poker face, which has been brought up to me multiple
Yeah.
times.
Ah.
It's like, oh, I would love to play you in poker, and I'm like, I am not stupid. I don't play poker. So here's my problem, and so although I feel like yes, Cuomo needs a challenger, Like, I don't know that I'm 100% on board with the whole Cuomo legacy. I feel like we're kind of getting into the New York Kennedys with the Cuomos, and like they kind of need to like, we need to stop this. Like, and I think he needs a challenger, but I don't know that that challenger needs to have been on Sex and the City. I don't know that I feel like haven't we learned enough with Trump that like we don't need celebrities
Boom.
to be our politicians?
Bombshell.
Well, I think that actually opened it up. I would think
Like,
it's opened.
that's
well,
the
that's
problem.
actually-
Yeah,
That's also
yeah.
not true. I have to take that back because wasn't Ronald Reagan?
Reagan was an actor.
Reagan
Reagan
was
was
an
an
actor.
actor.
Really? Reagan
Yeah.
was an
Yeah,
actor.
he was
Yeah.
He was a
in a lot of
cowboy
movies.
actor. He was like in the spaghetti westerns and shit. So I feel like we already have enough evidence that with a celebrity in the White House, we're getting rammed up the ass without lube.
Yeah.
Why do we want to bring this down to the States? And if she was like a
Well
lawyer
said.
or a politician or, you know, like if she was like an assembly person or like a councilwoman or something like that, had run for any sort of lower office and had some sort of public office
Experience whatsoever.
that I'd be like, you know, something. Normally I'm not about this, but like, you know, something. She started from the bottom, now she's here.
Right.
Like,
Drake.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Then
I'd
be
vote
like,
for Drake. Actually, now that we bring it, I would vote for Drake.
Okay,
fuck
I
that
would.
Canadian. Like,
Well, yeah, he's Canadian, but still, I'd vote for him. I love him that much.
my whole thing with her, though,
your healthcare's so good while you here.
This round goes to Marissa Smith.
You see God's plan? Oh my God!
Follow me on
music
Twitter at
video.
Marissa Smith.
Yes.
No,
Were we- oh.
yeah, there's
I
so
was
many.
I was gonna say that like I just
Sorry.
I also feel like because like it's politics and like there's like not like really there's like some training for politics, but like you could also be just a regular person that has an opinion. Yes, she's a celebrity, but like you could run for public office if you wanted to. So could
I'm not gonna win without experience.
Ronnie, you were about to say so good, and you're like,
so
next subject. You're like, so good.
Who's mad at you,
No.
Gordon?
Yeah. I don't know.
And
if
you
you're
get in
gonna-
the car, and you get in
You
the
in the car,
car.
you in the car. But like, no, you don't. You say that, but like, if you're campaigning and like people get on board with your ideas, like that's like what politics is about. Like that's how you could still possibly win if you don't like. And she's a New Yorker. Like she's like been here her whole life.
and bred.
She's born and bred. Like worked on Broadway. It's not like she was just on Sex and the City.
And has
like
a
she
history of
has like
activism.
Any
and
of those
has a
actors
history of
have put in their
activism.
any of those actors have put in their heart. They really, you know, they don't
Yeah,
just go
they
out there.
put their
and get
10,000 hours in
yeah,
performance.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Performance and politics are not the same.
Eh.
I mean, I agree
Well,
with
you
that,
know.
and I wanted the Sex and the City to be a reason not to. But when I think about it, I don't have a concrete reason not to yet. And I think the door is just open. So it's like I'll be curious about this. You know, I'll be curious to see like where this even goes. Or
Sorry.
I'll fight you for it.
Sorry. I will.
kidding.
I will.
Oh shit! Look
Calm
at that. Calm down, kids. It's not Lord of the Flies.
Who's gonna get the last? Who's gonna get the last? You're a big talking
That
brewskis.
says Well earned.
Well earned.
Yeah, you fucking fight for that
Mine has
shit,
no
all right?
resolutions. Might as well say
That's
no
your say.
behavior. Give me a beer.
Oh, no solutions. No
Cheers.
solutions. That's an aggressive thing to
No
throw out.
no resolutions.
Oh, no resolutions.
Oh, no
I thought it said no
solutions?
solutions. I was like,
All problems.
yeah.
All
Like, damn.
problems.
That is
Yes.
yeah.
I would
Damn.
Solution all problems.
All problems. I want to see who else is in the race. I mean, I don't know who else.
The
is
Rock.
Gonna,
It's The Rock. It's her versus The Rock.
I,
you know,
I
it's
do
gonna
think
be
that
good.
there's a problem of this. Like, it is going a little far. Like 2020, Oprah and Kanye are gonna be, you know,
Versus
like,
DJ
like,
Khaled.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with that. I don't know where we've blurred the lines of politics and entertainment.
Yeah.
Politics is really just life. Really, is just like high school and a popularity contest and recess and who like you know is the cheerleader and who's the football star anyway. And
Right.
any of us who are trying to act like that's not it, we're play pretending. So it makes sense that we've gone down this road of having entertainers be our leaders, you know. I miss the days when it wasn't, but I'm curious. I don't hate the idea, but I'm not like, yeah, but I don't hate the idea.
All right, and quickly because we're gonna
Oh,
have to wrap
sorry,
it up.
sorry.
But like, yeah. But like, you go ahead, Gordon, quickly.
No, I was gonna say, but there's a difference between, there's a difference between like the football stars and the cheerleaders and the class presidents. Like, we look to the class presidents, like they do all that shit. Look to the cheerleaders and those guys that for other shit. But
I agree.
we look to these guys to like keep our books straight and really just keep everything in line while we're just fucking around. I mean,
agree.
Right.
And I miss those days. We're just not in those days anymore. We've
Yeah.
opened the gates of it being one big popularity contest.
Now
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like the captain of the football team is like running the country.
Yeah.
son of
You
a
know.
bitch.
Biff.
And I've seen
Yeah,
Revenge of the
exactly.
Nerds. Have you seen the Revenge of the Nerds?
Would he even be
have.
the captain of the football team? Like,
No,
really?
he wouldn't. He's a fucking. Come on.
He
No
paid.
way. He's
He
not.
paid to be the captain of the football team.
Yeah.
He's
But
that rich.
before we go, you guys,
Exactly.
just tell us where can everyone see you next? What projects are you working on? Where can they find you on social media? I'm gonna start with you, Rodney.
Oh shit. So
Like, oh, shit.
oh shit. April 19th and 20th, I'm gonna be at the Broadway Comedy Club hosting. You know what weekend that is. 420.
Oh, shit.
My favorite holiday. I'm gonna be doing shows all about weed. Fast Me Funny with the beautiful Marissa Smith. And you can catch me every week here. Doing Big Talking Brewskis.
Dara Jamont.
Oh, you can catch me. I'm Chocolate Gem. Gem is with a J on Instagram. Dara Jamont on Facebook. I'll be at Broadway Comedy Club the 17th and 18th. Meh. I just got a residency there. Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'll be at Grizzly Pear this Sunday at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Gordon McNiff.
I'm gonna be at Broadway Comedy Club in 20 minutes. If you guys want to rush over there and see me, it'll be awesome. I'm gonna be super late. Every Tuesday at Grizzly Pear, you guys are whenever I'm always around. So
Your social media.
Lord of the Gourds. So yeah, all the other gourds are kind of lame. So yeah,
Because he's the Lord of
I'm
the
the Lord.
Gourds.
I'm the
Lord
Lord.
of the
I look
Gourds.
over them. So yeah,
Lord
Gore.
Marissa
Anyway.
Smith.
Yeah, this was awesome.
You can follow me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. Follow this show on Twitter at Big Talk and Brew. You can also find me on The Blame Storming. Follow that on Twitter at The Blame Storm and at theblamestorm.com. On April 1st, Easter Sunday, I'll be doing Merriment and Mortification at Auto Shrunken Head. And on 4/20, I will be at Broadway Comedy Club for Fashionably Funny. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And when the Orange Turd fires his lawyer and his national security advisor, I think we're only days away from a constitutional crisis, and I think he's going for Mueller next. Have a great weekend, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Fuck the patriarchy.
Fuck